We're
Back
going
to
to
live.
we'll cue these boys while we wait for whatever. News.
Oh, and we're back live, I think, on the YouTubes.
There we
which is
go.
Nice.
Who knows what happened?
It's wonderful. Oh, yeah, I just got the notification.
I could tell you how the internet works.
Sometimes, man.
I'm no scientist.
Sometimes.
A shark probably bit the line again in the ocean.
God damn that megalodon. So, Chevy Camaro sales spike 110% as the V8 icon nears its demise. The threat of losing the Camaro, as we know it, has apparently boosted sales in a big way. This comes from The Drive and our friend Pete.
Pete.
Sales of Chevy's last stick-shift V8 pony car, the Camaro, rose 110.3% in Q2 as compared to the same period last year in 2022. Just 4,545 deliveries of the two-door were made between April and June. This year, that number is 9,557, a gain of more than 5,000 units. That comes off of the announcement from GM not too long ago that officially said that the Camaro is now an EV.
They could suck my unit.
And every Camaro owner was like, I better get the last one.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I'll put it on
know
and
what?
bring a trailer.
I'm not going to kill my Camaro.
I think the Camaro sales have shot up drastically because of the amount of takeovers.
Are there a lot of Camaros at takeovers?
I think it's predominantly Camaros that
I thought it was
No,
Chargers.
it's predominantly Chargers. It's predominantly
Challengers.
Mopar.
If you go by Jeremy Clarkson's theory, that means there's more than 5,000 new serial killers.
Yeah, or juggalos.
One and the same, my
Yeah,
friend.
yeah, could be. Doesn't matter.
Well,
Could be. Definitely drunk.
boys, let's get pumped. Because
Pump me up.
Alfa Romeo has confirmed they're getting ready to unveil a supercar on August 30th. A brand new supercar. It's going to be going by the 6C. These guys really good at the naming conventions here. But we know the boys at Alfa Romeo
Wait,
make
this is off the
lookers.
heels of the 4C?
4C, 8C, this is the 6C.
Oh, okay.
So they make lookers. All we know now, they're thinking, in this, I think it was on The Drive or on one of these things, Motor One, it's going to be the 2.9 V6 from the Quadriformaggio.
For cheese.
I'm pretty sure you nailed that.
Thanks, buddy. And the Giulia GTA, which has the motor of the Quadriformaggio, makes 540 horsepower, 442 foot-pounds of torque.
Wow.
So why not start there
It's a spicy Italian.
and up the boost? So I'm thinking we're going to see 600.
600.
I mean, it's called the 6C, 600.
Did the
6
4C
centigrade.
have 400 horsepower?
Yeah, so probably 500. So no, that's all anybody knows about the thing.
That's a
Slow
lot
news
to
week.
know.
I was in Poland.
Yeah, really. No, it's got nothing to do with Poland. It's a
Big
real
big
slow
Alfa
news
Romeo
week.
world out there, you know, in Poland. They love those things. I think I've seen an 8C in real life once.
What is an 8C?
It's a beaut, dude. Shooky, bring it up.
It's
Yeah.
one above the 7s.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Can
I don't
see
think I've
7C?
seen the 8C.
You guys ever
Yeah.
seen the 8C? 8C?
8C.
I've seen the 4C multiple times.
Let me get eyes on this thing.
Competizione.
Oh.
I don't think
I've
I've
never
ever
seen
seen
that in
an
person.
Why is
8C in
it-
person.
That's a funny looking Supra.
Why does it kind of look like the...
That looks like an Enzo.
Why does it kind
Look
of
on the
look like a
side.
TVR?
Let me see the wheels on the side there.
It looks more like a TVR than an Enzo. This one looks like an Enzo.
Wow.
That's
Where have you seen
that's
one
a
of these?
rendering. What?
Where have you seen one
Just
of these?
round supermarket. I was in LA. I think.
Just round.
No, I was in LA.
Is that when you were in LA?
If this is
I was in
anything,
the poor part of LA, so these are
Were
driving
you at
around.
Erewhon? Where
Yeah.
were you?
if
I was
this
at
is
Erewhon
Ooh, the black.
in Thousand Oaks.
anything like the 4C, the ingress egress of this thing is terrible.
No, this is a totally different. Like
The
this,
4C is
the
a good looking car.
4C's a looker.
The 4C was really like a value
Yeah,
car.
4C way better.
The 8C is like
this
the
4C
supercar.
kind of reminds me of a Solstice.
I believe the 8C was a twin
Man,
turbo.
I-
Saturn Sky.
Hate that you said that.
reminds you of a Saturn Sky.
That
Yeah, you
Pull
No,
it up.
I see the Solstice.
No,
the
he just
Solstice, I
wrecked
get
this
it.
car for me.
Yep.
it's a Saturn
Just
Sky.
absolutely ruined it
Yeah,
for
you
me.
ruined that for me.
That yellow car, the
It's-
yellow one,
It's because from the pictures you can't tell how small.
and
it
then
is.
pull up a
gotta go
Pontiac
home.
Solstice
I don't
or
wanna- no, I
a Saturn
don't wanna
Sky.
prove
Just
you
do
right.
it.
Remember
No,
they
just do it.
they fucked this thing up as they wouldn't make a standard.
Just do it.
I was having such a great night.
I'm sorry. I'm
Are
sorry.
you gonna
boys.
do it?
I hate that I'm doing it.
Oh my
Dude,
God!
come
It's even worse
on.
than I thought.
Don't do it.
I don't think I've ever been more right about
Wait,
something.
really?
All right, Josh, we voted. You're off the island.
Look at that.
I mean, they're both yellow.
That's true.
They both have headlights.
Similar. They
Wheels?
both have
There's
the
wheels.
grills, the wheels.
It's like Animorphs. Hold on.
No way.
It's like an evolving Pokemon.
Can we look at the 8C again? It's a better looking car.
We need to
I want to see the
cleanse,
60.
cleanse our
Didn't
palate.
make
There's no
nothing
6.
yet?
There's no pictures yet.
Don't lie to
Oh,
me. It's right
wow.
here.
It's an 8C.
Look at it.
That is a A90 Supra.
It says. Look at it. It says it's actually
That's-
coming.
That's just thinking about it.
It's coming.
8C's good.
Is that a C8 Corvette?
Oh, it looks like a new Dark Horse Mustang.
No, right there.
Right here.
Oh, wow.
If they did that, that'd be fucked. It looks just like a Corvette.
Looks more
You
Corvette.
can only
than
do
the
so many
Corvette.
things, in the
Yeah.
high performance world.
Yeah, eventually we'll all just be driving a box because they give up.
Yeah, you can only have so many jagged lines.
We're pretty close to that.
So many sharp lines.
So, anyways,
Already.
that's the thing there. The old Alfa Romeo 6C. I know we get a ton of Alpha heads on the podcast.
We got a big alpha group.
Big Alpha. group.
Huge
Lot of
alpha
guys.
listenership.
Huge.
How many alphas do you
Huge.
see on the road?
Not
I
running?
see a lot of the CUVs. That's all I see, actually.
Really?
And I see one red 4C driving when I usually take a certain route home. I see it at the same time. One dedicated guy.
Year round?
Daily, year round. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I told you. I think I haven't talked about it on here, but down the street from here, so where I live, every morning there's a woman that drives a blue with white stripe GT500 year round.
Wild.
Good for her.
Got some good snows on that thing.
Year
Man,
round.
I feel like a woman.
You guys
Year
even get
round.
snow over
That's
here?
unbelievable.
Not this year, no.
Yeah, Scott was
Uh,
going to say.
Just doesn't matter. Rain, shine,
Just
doesn't
hammering?
matter.
Good.
How old is this broad?
I'd say mid 50s.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
I love that for her.
And then depending on
Possibly for me.
very, very specific on time. So depending on if I'm late or early, I either see you going over the bridge and coming back the other way every single morning without fail.
I love that, dude.
There's actually a few ladies driving cool stuff in the neighborhood.
They can drive now.
It's wild. It's wild. The good thing is they got good taste in cars. Good taste in cars. We got
You love it, dude.
an X3M.
I seen the X3M lady.
That one's good. There's one that's got the new green M4.
Yep.
It's big nut on the front. I'm like,
Yep.
what's going on here?
Listen, this is a lady's world.
I
We're
see
just
a,
living in it.
I see a lady near my house. She has like the 15 and up generation WRX STI,
Yeah.
and the rear license plate says RN nurse.
Oh, nice. All right. Got that traveling nurse money.
Yeah.
Yep.
Running on the STI.
Let's hope she's not trying to get to surgeries.
Trying to contract an
If
STI.
she is, that's not a fast car for her.
Well,
Yeah.
not even that, just reliable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Not the best choice.
Unless those surgeries are up mountain roads.
I've seen her go through 3 red lights.
Quality Subaru driver.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Nailed it.
Coming to a stop may cause permanent problems.
Permanent stop.
Yeah, permanent
Stops may be warning. Stops may be permanent.
Yeah.
I got other curvy car news.
Curvy car.
Mercedes Benz, the CLE.
CLE.
E?
Mercedes is replacing CLE Coupe. They're replacing. Oh, it's just a CLE. It's a coupe. Replacement for the C Coupe and the E Coupe. And Shook, if you would bring it up,
Fire it up.
CLE.
Mercedes CLE.
Coupe.
Class C and E. I like it.
Yeah, it's a looker. Looks damn good.
Mm-hmm.
There's a ton of shit inside.
Why does this look more like BMW than BMW looks like BMW?
Just like an angry frog.
I don't think so.
I think so.
So if you can go down, I think there'll be some pictures of the inside. There's lots of screens and
Or
shit.
hit that view
Probably
photos.
if we
There
click
you
view
go.
photos. We'll
But
probably-
nobody cares about that. What's under the hood? Well, currently there's a 4-banger that nobody cares about, or a straight 6-banger that makes 375 horsepower and 389 foot-pounds of torque. Read weak. But it does have a starter generator, or I wrote Gregorator, that can make an extra 23 horsepower and 148 foot-pounds of
Oh
torque.
my god, that iPad on the
so many
center
tablets.
is just obnoxious.
And there's another one in front of you.
Oh my.
No rear-wheel drive.
Probably Android.
And we just want to know about the AMG version. This one I don't care about. it
Yeah,
looks
that's
fancy.
that's
I do like the styling.
Why has it got
Yeah.
a sewer
Dude,
manhole
speaking
covers
of
as
styling,
wheels?
I saw a current generation SL on the highway today.
Yeah. Good looking car.
Dude, bring up a Mercedes SL, current one.
just so you know.
Dude, it looks like an AMG GT convertible.
Just so you know, the latest MBUX infotainment system now lets customers download third-party apps like TikTok, Angry Birds, WebEx, and Zoom.
This
Yeah,
one,
that's what we need while people.
Yeah,
are
just
Yeah.
bring up an image.
2023.
Yeah, sure. Images.
Let me hit images. If the mouse will cooperate.
Dude, look menacing.
Oh, you know, hey, I'm a big fan of the big grill up front.
Yeah, I can't hate on that.
I think it looks good.
The big grill up front.
These guys are doing big grills right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, it's because this long way is not fucking bucktooth.
Grill
Sure.
the long way.
Yeah.
Dude, it was low. It was menacing on the highway. It was an AMG. It was.
Oh, should I pop AMG here?
Primo.
Up here?
Yeah, put an AMG up in there.
See, does it? Oh, okay, keyboard. Hello, wake up.
Let me spell it for you. Keyboard.
Not milligram, buddy.
I'm trying so hard. The keyboard's not cooperating.
There it is. Exactly the same.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look at the mouse. Look at it.
Look at it look at it moving, dude.
It does look.
The one I saw was that
Looks in the
color.
Matrix.
Yeah, it looks quite.
That guy have a blue interior?
I hope so.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Oh, boys. Can you click on more pictures of that one, particularly?
Yeah. It looks like this is a current driver.
Hit
article.
visit. Let me see the blue interior. I
don't
need
like
to
when
know.
you tell me how to live my life.
Sorry, boy.
There's no way that's blue.
Mercedes.
It's
you
got to
know,
be blue.
When did they
Please be
get good
blue.
at designing cars?
No more pickies.
Back when they built the Gullwing. There's no more pictures?
No, sir.
No, that's it.
That's crazy.
That interior is not blue.
I can't really tell.
I'm
by
colorblind,
his,
so I'm going to call it blue.
Yeah, I'm going with Corey.
it
He's
looks
the
like he
expert
has
here.
a smile on his face.
Let's-
so
let's
at least
go
he's
with-
having fun.
A nice slate.
Making the world a better place, that guy.
Yeah.
Look at the brakes, dude.
Dude, trying to move this mouse is like trying to fucking.
Oh, go to that one. Is that a blue
I mean,
interior?
that looks blue.
This
yeah.
one?
No, the
Second
interior.
row, third in.
This
There
one?
you go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
And it's blue.
That is not blue.
It's blue.
It's kind of blue.
Like for all intents and purposes, it's like movie
Oh,
blue.
look
My God,
Oh,
it
no
brings
more
us
pictures,
right
huh?
back to the
Oh,
same.
you know what?
Go down further.
Ah.
Oh,
my
red
God.
top.
yes.
Okay, here
Is
we
this
go.
With
thing
the red
really-
top, dude. This is Superman.
It's a tricolor.
Yo, it's Superman.
No, it's actually 4 because the brakes are yellow.
Dude, this guy hit all the buttons.
Yeah, that's not
It's like
blue.
dark.
It's not a blue
deep
interior.
No,
navy
Yeah.
no,
blue,
the
I think.
centers are black. That's blue from here.
What?
Navy blue.
I'm
It's a
saying
reflection
blue.
of the screen.
I mean, see, I really can't tell you what color
Maybe
that is.
maybe they color graded it to be a little sad.
The interior
put a
is
little
black,
blue in the,
Corey.
in the
Interior is
dark
black.
shadows.
Thank you.
know?
Engine bay's blue for sure.
Most things are pretty much just gray for me.
Let's keep it going here.
Engine
It's a
bay's
sad
definitely
life to
blue.
live, man.
What is it? What's up with? Is it a flat
It's,
paint?
it's just fucking only
Yeah, it's-
artsy shots. Can I get
it's
a
like
shot
a-
of the fucking car here?
It's like a matte finish.
All right, I am now off the blue, and that is definitely black.
Are you sure? Because right there looks.
That
I
does
can
look
tell
blue.
you the arrows on the screen are blue.
I mean, it was,
Not
just
the
my,
seats.
it was my hopes and dreams that it was blue.
Oh,
Miss
cool.
Wait, it's a
Lippy's
V8
pen
bi-turbo
is
4MATIC Plus.
Yeah, dude.
I'm pretty sure you just read the brand name of a printer to me.
Yeah.
Oh, so VMATIC 4MATIC Plus. So maybe it'll scan, print.
Why won't
copy.
you connect?
Or a 1950s refrigerator.
It's got
Yeah.
direct Wi-Fi printing. Everything you need.
Yeah. All right. What else do we have for news here?
Well, I mean, while we're on the topic of color, has anyone?
Colors.
Yeah, has-
where are we going here, bud?
Yeah,
I
well,
am a
Christ.
nightmare.
Pause.
give me a second. We'll get there. Has anyone ever went to go order a tube of touch-up paint
Yes.
Yes.
and maybe an engine showed up instead?
No.
Every time.
For the price
I've
of
been,
an
I've been
engine?
dying to get a goddamn tube of touch-up paint.
You know what? This is relatable because GM part numbers sometimes are only 1 to 2 digits off.
Yep.
I did have a coworker who ordered a transmission instead of touch-up paint
Ooh.
when I worked at Valenti when it was still Valenti.
Turns out Dodge similar. So seems like someone allegedly at Dodge went to go order a tube of red touch-up paint for a customer's car. As it happens, he messed up a digit in the part number that allegedly mistake meant he didn't order any paint, but instead a fully dressed Viper engine.
Was he like, man, that's a lot for paint, but fuck it. I'm gonna pay
That's
for
the
it.
thing. Like,
Instead
if
of the
the
paint,
invoice pops through, he just goes through with it.
an 8-liter V10 showed up that has since been in the crate ever since. It's never been into a car.
Okay, can we get it?
Oh, damn. It's just
It
sitting.
is on Bring a Trailer right now.
Ah, lame.
Currently at $6,100 with 6 days left.
6,100. Chuck.
Hey,
Hey, let's throw some money on this thing.
Jimmy, I got the new motor for the Porsche.
yeah. Turns out
There goes that Land
dealer
Cruiser.
cost us $10K at 1996.
Wow.
That's
God,
crazy.
they've had it for
Dude, that's when
long.
money was worth money.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's like a
when you get that.
$100,000 motor
Can I
right
tell
now.
you?
Is that guy still working there?
Dude, look at the photo of Big Hoss. Look at the photo of Big Hoss. Like,
Is it from the 90s?
Is that the guy who ordered it?
I hope
Is
so.
it from the 90s?
Look
or
at
is
the
it
fucking
current?
Mississippi landslide on that dude.
Unbelievable.
Love that.
But
That
the
was
fact
crazy.
that
I need a mustache like that.
That looked like our Link representative, Justin Medina.
I
It's
don't
probably
know.
him. Sounds
Is
like
that
him.
the S2000 guy?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's so cool. Is the S2000 on Link? I would
Yes.
imagine, right?
Yeah, by law. it
That's
has to
cool.
be.
Yeah, that is cool.
Didn't know they even had Honda application.
Yeah, we have a Honda plug and play for the S2000 and the K20, K24.
Wow.
Oh,
Look at that.
Shop below, shop Jamil.
Any 302? any,
that works out way too well.
You got
Yeah.
a link for 302, dude?
Yeah, you could use a monsoon.
That's crazy.
So wire it in yourself.
Oh, no. I'm
Oh,
stupid.
no.
Oh, no.
Another thing you could text Jimmy and ask him.
Jimmy
Did
will
you make
go-
a list for questions?
Yeah, I asked him. He was like, I was like, all right, I want to do this, this, and this, and this. This car will never see ethanol. It'll make 350 horsepower, but I want it to look nice. He goes, why would you not just use the stock rubber hoses? Because they work, right? I was like, yeah. He's like, that's what you ran before? I was like, yeah. He's like, so just do that. It's fine. And I was like, yeah, you're really talking me off a ledge on this.
Wow, the
fuel
man of
stuff.
reason.
I was ready to drop like $650 on like AN lines. Like,
On shopjimeo.com.
could have.
Could have.
Hop
I
son
can
of
get
a
'em.
bitch.
You could drop
Like-
$650 on Shop Jamil on other items.
Listen, I'll go through it. Maybe I
ShopJimeo.com.
might need some stuff.
Hop
you know?
below, Shop Jamil.
I definitely need seats. There's a ton of overspray on my seats.
I got them.
My seats feel like
I'll get them off Amazon.
stale.
Have you tried
buns.
shopjimeo.com?
I'm gonna.
Have you hop below and Shop Jamil?
I like that.
Don't go to Jimmyo.com.
Have you
they
popped
sell
in O?
TVs.
They sell TVs.
There's a Jimmyo.com and they sell TVs. Actually, I bought a monitor cable from them
That's so funny. They
and
were
you
like,
shipped it to.
to Shop Jamil.
Yeah.
I put it on the title.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Rub to low.
Hey,
Shopjimeo.
To piggyback off your thing, Corey,
Yes.
I didn't do a car part, but I accidentally ordered a 350-pound battery backup to a customer site today. And it was delivered by a freight truck. It was supposed to be a.
It was supposed to be a flash memory card.
It was supposed to be a small UPS, like a 1500 amp or watt UPS backup. That's like maybe 50 pounds at most.
Yeah.
And then the truck dropped it off, and my coworker was like, "Hey, so have you ever installed one of these batteries before?" I'm like, "Yeah, you plug it
plug it
into
on
the
the wall, you
wall, and then you
fucking
plug other
idiot."
shit into it." And he sends me a picture of it. I was like, "That's not right."
What did you do?
I said, "Send me the part number." I said, "That's not right." And then I looked up how much it was, and I was like, "That's not
2
right."
digits off.
So that was my morning.
We need one over here.
I hope they fire you.
I don't.
Could. Why? Because I'm going to ask Chuck for a job in Hartford.
Anybody else ever accidentally
I get
ordered
you, John.
23
I'm
pounds of
forklift
circus
certified.
peanuts?
23
Are you?
pounds of
Of
circus
circus
peanuts.
peanuts?
Yeah.
No.
I convinced
That's,
you.
that's for me to know.
So it's just my dad?
Circus peanuts, how many pounds?
23.
It's a pretty good bag.
The bag was bigger than me.
That's a
a
good
solid
size.
bag.
Good
It-
size.
There's
Just-
a lot of circus peanuts.
All
Just one
right, that's
bag?
a lot of
One
weight.
bag came in a
Volume.
full-size box that was
Oh,
probably
wow.
like 3 feet tall, 6 feet long,
Yeah.
and it was like the bag was almost as wide as me.
Are you talking about the candies? Because those are
Yeah,
trash.
like the assorted flavor ones.
You like those?
Oh, I love those.
Oh, I thought
I
we were
don't love
talking like
23.
peanuts.
I don't love 23 pounds of circus
Yeah, that's a
peanuts.
lot.
Like
People
foam ones that
eat
you eat.
those?
Oh, I don't know
Yeah.
why I thought like.
Oh, I thought you packed packages with those.
Yeah, I
These
thought
are the
you
ones
do.
that you can eat.
You can
I
just
thought
eat
you
them.
look at them. That's it.
No, you eat them.
Shook. I need to see circus peanuts.
Pull it up.
Do you really not know what they are?
They're
No,
they're candies.
Are you serious?
They're
They-
typically
They look like
typically
peanuts.
I thought you were talking like peanuts.
They're
No,
typically
it's a shitty
orange.
Circus. I mean, the delicious circus peanut
No,
candies.
you don't have to lie to him. They're fucking disgusting.
No, they're delicious.
Really?
they're these
They're
right
like
here.
old mushrooms.
Oh, okay. All right, all right. Josh showed me a photo.
Oh wow, there is a box. There's a 20-pound bulk package you can buy.
Yeah.
All come right in the box.
Yeah, they're trying to give them away in bulk at this point. I'm pretty sure you're the only person I know that's ever even ingested
I don't know
one.
if I've ever actually tried to eat one of these.
They taste like, you know when you first put a marshmallow in your mouth, that like powder taste?
Yeah.
That's it the whole time. it's like chewing sand.
All right. So what did your dad do with them?
We ate them.
Ate them? How long
Not
did
in
it
one.
take?
Still eating?
4 weeks.
4 weeks.
We made
Wow.
like a bunch of individual bags, and we would take them to lunch. Like when I would go to school, I'd bring it, and that'd be like my snack with lunch. He'd bring it to work with them.
Jeez.
Did that back you up?
His,
Well, that's a solid
his
plan.
favorite thing to do was he used to take an Ambien before we go to bed, and then see how much stuff he could get done before it kicked in.
Yeah.
And this is one of the results of staying up too late.
That's
on it.
fucking
It's
awesome.
like trying to take a Tylenol PM and beat off before you fall asleep.
Same thing. Same thing.
No matter what, you win. Guaranteed victory. Either a great night's sleep or a great night's sleep.
Some might call that a flawless
Depends
victory.
what stage you fall asleep.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Where do you fall asleep in the process? Because things could go.
Dude, we need a Revival Motoring shirt that's like, take an Advil PM and jerk off. Doesn't matter if you win by a mile.
Yeah.
And
I'm
it's
sure
your
that'll
mile.
sell.
Yeah,
well.
that'll sell perfect.
A
yeah.
win is a win.
Do Tylenol PM plus blank equals sleep?
Yeah.
No, it's just a
Plant-
I'm
fist.
telling you, dude. It's a guaranteed victory.
Flawless victory.
It's literally, yeah, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
It might be a win-win-win.
It is the win-win-win.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
soon. The win-win-win.
Oh my god.
It's unbelievable. That's like a path to enlightenment.
That's advice you'd only get here.
Can
Hey,
we
Siri,
rebrand
set a
Tylenol
reminder.
PM?
What's that?
I said, hey Siri, set a reminder. Pick up Tylenol.
Can we rebrand?
I had to pick it up on the way home.
Can we get Revival sleepy pills? Like rebrand Tylenol PM?
You want, regulated ones or street ones?
Yeah.
No, we need Tylenol RM.
We can call Revival time limit. Beat the clock with Revival. Beat the clock.
Yeah.
Beat the clock, dude.
Yeah.
Revival's beat the clock.
That's the
pills.
latest game on HBO.
Beat the clock.
Revivals beat your cock to beat the clock.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
My head.
It needs a catchy tune to go to the background.
Beat the clock.
But be quick, you're racing the clock.
This might be your intro thing.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Those street pills, dude.
I just drowned choking on that water. It came out my nose.
Dude.
You need some smelling salt to bring you back.
I just had PTSD from Aruba back in 2008.
No, let me tell you. So, you know, Strine, but those
There's a
smelling
war out
salts
there.
are the same as just like getting water up your nose.
It's like
That's all it
smelling
feels
a
like.
chlorine stick.
Yeah,
It's a horrible experience.
it really is.
It burns just the same.
Oh.
No, it doesn't burn.
Josh, you got any news?
Tylenol
Yeah,
PM sales up
We've been thrown on
1,000%.
Spotify. Yeah.
Yeah. We're No, I'm surprised the stream's still going. You never know.
Even shut down once. So
Yeah,
why not
yeah.
twice?
At this
Raph
point,
said there has to be a name for that in the Urban Dictionary.
the Yeet. No,
Beat the
no,
clock.
not the Yeezy. Oh fuck! Who always used to drink the lean?
Lil Wayne.
Will Wayne.
Lil Wayne. Yeah, Wheezy, baby. Yeah, I'm sure he's got a name for it.
Yeah, I'm not going to call it a wheeze job. I was wheezing off.
What is it called? Tryptophan when you eat turkey?
Yeah.
There's something in there.
Yeah.
Same idea.
Yeah.
You got more time to win though.
It's just
Yeah.
easier to go to bed with a Tylenol PM than a turkey.
Let me eat a whole turkey.
Yeah.
Let's prep.
Let me roast this turkey and rub one out real
Let's
quick.
clean up in the morning.
Eat a turkey. Eat a turkey, then set up the station.
Dude, Joe Rogan said that when he stays in hotels, he'll like just jerk off and then gator roll and then fall asleep.
What the fuck?
That was like one of his skits. He's just like, yeah, you just bust and then do a gator roll and fall asleep because it's not your sheets. That was you. Tylenol PM gator roll.
Tylenol PM.
Shedding like a snake in the shower in the morning.
This comes from Jalopnik, and they asked the question, what car defined the 2000s? The new millennium gave us retro revivals, cheap performance, and unfortunately the Hummer H2. What was the decade's official car
The Pontiac Aztec.
Of the 2000s?
of the 2000s?
Ooh.
Because it's such a tough one, because it's not what we like. It's like, what car defined the 2000s?
It's tough because I think like
Escalade.
the Escalade's a
Ooh.
really
Escalade
good
was
one
huge.
because it fell right in culture with MTV.
I love you, Lane.
On the flip side to that,
Made a good observation.
the PT Cruiser.
Ed goes the new Beetle.
There was a whole Beetle is a good one because
Yeah, that is a really good
it
one.
got so big that they made a game for N64 called literally like Beetle Adventure or some shit.
I didn't know that.
This is a public service announcement. I have seen the new Beetle, the yellow one, converted with the like Porsche.
The
964
Porsche one?
Yen.
Mm.
Stop fucking sending it to me.
I can picture
I saw it
thousands of
before
times.
all of you sent it to me.
I'm
It
gonna
was
send
on
it
my
to you.
For You page the minute it was posted.
Euphoria.
I'm gonna send
For
it to
You
right
page.
now.
Oh.
For You page, the Explore page.
Okay,
It was
yeah.
there. And then I got it FD weekend. I am not joking you. I had 419 DMs
Oh my
between DMs and tags of people like
of the same thing.
like yes, I saw it. I
Yeah.
hate it.
The Porsche.
You didn't have a yellow one.
I don't want a yellow one.
No, I'm saying, but like it's not. It's totally unrelated. There's a million.
Jimmy got the
different
964. It's got the like 964 rear end. I have a Beetle. Everyone thinks I like Volkswagens. I just like this one. I'm a Honda boy.
I just learned this.
Yeah, you did just learn this.
I just learned this.
Yeah.
Big Honda guy.
Surprise. Surprise.
You want one? I'm gonna give you this one.
I will take it.
It's either that or I let it fall down a hill.
I'll trade you the 02 Honda Accord, but you give me cash on your end.
Definitely.
That
the
is
Accord's gonna go on top.
wild trade. Straight trade, yeah.
No, straight trade.
Muscalade.
It's great.
The Escalade is great because you think about every single MTV Cribs episode.
Dude, the Muscalade.
Escalade.
If you were
Yeah.
a skater, come
Escalade's
on,
a
Muscalade.
Yep.
I had that skateboard.
Every hip hop video,
I was gonna say every hip hop.
everybody
logo.
who made it
Yeah.
got an Escalade.
Everywhere.
Sopranos.
The logo, unbelievable. The
Everything.
Sopranos, Escalade's everywhere.
I
dude.
need to know what the answer is.
It's
What are you talking
Escalade.
about?
I
Tony
think it's
Soprano?
open-ended.
I think they're wrong.
Oh,
It's
there's not
Escalade.
an
Yeah,
actual
they were
answer.
just at, yeah.
Do they have any suggestions that we can tell they're wrong?
I mean, the photo that they have up here is the Nissan Altima.
I hate movies that end in this way.
That's so lame. The Escalade just slays, dude. Think about the first gen and the second gen, just the fat boys. Oh,
who wrote the article?
get him on the phone.
Adam Ismail.
Okay.
I'm sure he is.
And
Yeah, Nick's
I
got
mean,
a-
to-
What's his last name?
Nick's got a good
let's see.
question. Is it 2000 to 2010?
Either
Or
way,
yeah,
it's
just
Escalade.
the-
2000s,
I
I'd
say,
say.
yeah.
Early
that
2000s?
decade.
Okay.
2000, 2010.
Escalade ruined everything for everybody.
Mini Coopers were big too. Italian job.
And this is just, he's got the picture because he does go into, for him, it's the third generation Nissan Altima. It is just what he's saying. But
What's his
The hot
reason?
girl summermobile?
he at
Whose
least
man's is this?
sparked the conversation.
Yeah, I crashed my car into a bridge. I no joke, literally was talking to Britt about how the Nissan Altima, how we always joke around how it's like the unbeatable like
Ultimate Energy.
end of time Mad Max car.
yeah.
And we're driving through Middletown, and literally one cuts me off with the bumper flying off of the wind, duct tape all over it. It looked like it literally just left Chuck and Eddie's.
Lexi and I were just talking about this yesterday. The same thing. She's like, I had an Altima and I crashed it into like 3 things. Small things, curbs mainly. She's like, but it never had a problem. I was like,
Dude,
Curves,
this guy was
crowds.
driving at the.
Are they just
speed of
overbuilt?
Altimas?
Are we missing out on it?
I think the people driving are built different.
built different.
built different?
Yeah.
They're
But if the
different.
car is like overbuilt,
Like their brains and their
Should I get one?
their DNA is
you
scrambled.
should get
Should
one.
I get one?
You should get one.
I should get one.
an
for
Altima?
content.
Yeah, man, you could tow with it. You
Whoa.
can't.
Bless you.
You could tow anything you want. You could tow your Mustang with it.
I
Yeah.
could drive it on Ed's farm.
Oh, Ed said the new Beetle. I wanted to know what Ed was going to say, but he said new Beetle. Good
Yeah,
answer,
new
Ed.
Beetle.
New Beetle's a good one.
Not a bad
That's a good answer, not because I like Beetles, but because it's a good answer.
It's one of those cars
Yeah,
of the 2000s.
Because it came out. I think it came out in like '99.
Dude, if they
in
made a
a,
movie
in a bunch
or
of different
game,
movies, right?
Yeah. They're everywhere. You get the little flowers.
Because
the
that's the
little
same thing. It's like it was that car or the Escalade.
If they made
flower
a
thing?
movie
Oh,
or a
in the
game
bug.
about
I
the
thought you were talking
car,
about crack pipes. I was like, damn.
You take that off later.
Yeah.
That was third owner.
Yeah.
That was third owner.
I like that the guy thinks Ultima. I just
Yeah,
think it's
it's
like a
Just not.
The
whatever.
Escalade really is a good answer.
I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
I mean,
'cause
of the
it's
2000s.
just like
Every now and then.
Yeah.
everybody can picture it.
It was
you
like
know
it
exactly.
was like a status symbol. If-
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Escalade was
Yeah.
the jam.
Oh,
was
the
it.
best part was like
Big jam.
The best
put
part-
20s on it, and people are like, "Whoa!"
22s, 22.
Now they
Whoa,
went. Now
so
they come
sick.
what with 24s?
Standard
Well,
was
Yeah.
like 20.
I
Yeah.
mean, the best part was the first generation was just a Yukon with some cladding
grill?
on it. It was
Right,
the best.
it's a different
Have you
grill.
seen some of the new Escalades in the Yukon Denali's come with a full suicide door option?
That's
No.
sick.
I'm going to pull up a video right now on my phone.
Shook, can you bring it up?
Yeah,
Can you-
hit us?
Is it
Let me
easy
see
to
it.
find?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
you just
My
ask
dad
the
sent me.
internet.
My dad's a service manager at a Cadillac dealership in Cadillac GMC, and they had a new like Yukon Denali, and the both front and rear door open like a suicide door, and open normally too,
All right, Yukon,
They can go both ways?
Both ways. just like the owners.
Side doors.
Yeah, let's see what we got here.
Yeah, there
We
we
got
go.
the 96,
98 to 06. Those are classics.
Images.
Let's see. Anything
That's
new here?
different.
This is a little aftermarket.
I was gonna say I quickly looked and seen a bunch of aftermarket.
Imagine how
stuff.
hard that is to pull. Because the freaking handle's in the wrong spot.
This one, look at that. That's cool.
Look at this.
I don't see any OEM stuff. You got one?
Oh wow!
I want to see next.
That's gotta be. That's gonna be one of those like easier for handicapped equipped cars.
Yeah.
Want to see the handicaps?
They got it made.
That's a gull-wing door. Put gull-wing door.
gull-wing door.
Holy crap.
Oh, is it going?
Yeah, try gull-wing. That's ultra suicide. That's fly-away suicide.
I could just put this in front of
It basically,
front
for
of the
those
camera.
listening, it opens
It opens like a...
like a Tesla Model X.
Yeah, but
actually, it's
the
perfect.
But the
front and
whole-
rear door.
Yeah. At once, together.
Yeah, you can hold on. Here we go.
Yeah.
It's an
You gotta-
OEM.
you
That's
gotta
an
back it up.
OEM option.
There it goes. It's a little blurry.
We got it.
No, they got it.
Yeah, you
They
get the
got it.
gist.
Yeah, you can see it.
Come on, baby.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
Why is,
That's wild.
why is that a Yukon DeLorean?
Imagine
Latest and
parking
greatest.
next to somebody and
Yeah.
forgetting that button is there. And there's,
Yeah.
I bet you there's no sensor to stop it from
Because
opening.
unlike
yeah.
the Model X folds in on itself
Yeah.
and like reduces your
The speed
exterior
that I roll
footprint.
out of that
This
baby.
is a
Boom.
first-gen option.
This
so
thing's-
there's no way it has any precautionary
It's
measures
like
just
one of
in case
those-
it hits something.
It's like one of those sun visors for RVs that it's
Yeah.
just gonna go out like
It's gonna
16
hit the next
feet.
car and it's just gonna tip it over.
Yeah, it's,
You're just decapitating people
pushing
waiting
it.
to get in their
Hey,
car.
honey, you want to go out and go car tipping?
What car was it we were doing the hot dog test on at the New York Auto Show that it 100% would have failed?
The
Dodge Ram.
The Dodge Ram?
Yeah, remember there's a shifter on the TRX.
yes, yes,
And like if
It falls down.
your Johnson ended up in there, game
right.
over.
If somehow you were,
Snip the tip.
if you were cleaning the windshield nude,
Yeah, dude, you're in trouble. That thing's gonna grab
As
you.
one does in
No,
the
Yeah.
we
sanctuary
tried
of their
hot
home.
dog test.
Yeah.
It wasn't with the hot dog. What did we use?
A finger?
we used my my ID badge.
His ID badge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Killed.
Crushed
Am I
it.
the only person who has this video?
I think
you
so.
might be the only person.
Should I upload this to you?
Oh wait, what is that airbag go with? Yeah. I
This
don't
one?
know. No, top that kit or whatever.
That's a kit though.
That's for an old one, though.
Airbag door, gull
You
wing
should- yeah,
doors.
325.
Can I get this for my E36?
Yeah, grab it, dude.
That's pretty.
Oh, 15% off only for you.
Let me sign up for
That's
that.
legit.
Just put all your info on the display right there.
30-day returns once you
Yeah,
cut
this
the car up.
website
to
wanted my
install it.
social security and my blood type.
See, okay, yeah. So Tim Connor said that's handicap stuff. His uncle Silverado does that. So
I like Lane's message.
I love how he says that's handicap stuff because he's handicapped. At the end to really drive it home.
that motherfucker about to take off like a seagull.
Yeah, if you open those up on the highways, that's how you eject
Can't
Ocido.
wait for the actuators to fail.
No, that's
in
how you
GS style
outsmart
on
the
top of
airlines.
someone.
Yeah, you just
Dude,
get
that whole
stuck
thing
in
would
it.
cut you in half if that thing let go. Game over.
imagine how heavy those two doors.
1,000 pounds a door.
Dude, imagine how much it is to replace those.
Just game total, dude.
Done.
Total.
I know.
Telling you. You
probably
open it
get
up.
10
It's going to
opens.
open up next to a car. There's going to be no safety measure to stop
No.
it.
Yeah, you're
It's like
literally.
if you don't want a minivan, right? You don't want a minivan.
Nobody does.
But you need something handicap accessible. It's a good
You got to
option.
go Escalade.
Yeah, you spend $140,000 on a Yukon.
That's insane. Imagine people like standing next to your car because they're like, "Oh, he's opening his door," and they're standing waiting, and then you
but
just
slaps them right in the mouth.
That's a good way to get people away from your
Yeah,
car
yeah.
that would just
you
nudges
take
them.
their fucking head
6
off. They're
feet,
like,
bozo.
"Oh,
6
it's not
feet."
stopping."
Sure.
Showtime.
Money Shift said he's found an ATC Innovative Mobility. Hit me with a Goog.
Goog.
Shook me.
Shit my pants.
Here we go. We're trying to get a real video.
ATC. Let me just copy pasta that. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, please do, because
Yeah, please do. I just said,
whoa, there it is.
Yo, son's in the
Wild.
rig, dude. That's
wow,
awesome.
look at it.
It's a rig and a rig.
Oh, it's an
wait.
elevator. Oh my god.
Oh,
crane game.
Okay,
Yo.
listen.
Insane.
I know it's for handicapped people,
hear me out.
but that was the most unbelievable bullshit you ever see.
That one's like an RV. You can put your
Dude,
car in
imagine
it.
you put a Recaro on that shit.
Oh, man.
Captain's chair. Recaro.
that is awesome.
I mean,
Imagine you go to like the drive-thru, like, no, I'm gonna pop out real quick.
as far as I know, there's nothing stopping an able body from buying this.
Okay, the one in the video that I had on there.
Imagine for
full
the
interior was
overlanding
there.
rig, you get
Full
both out.
interior.
Full interior was still there.
I have
think
more
that was just a weird
questions.
flex for somebody.
How do you drive it? if
Dude,
your
Well,
legs don't work?
that's
Wait a
a
minute.
bad example of that photo because he's gonna have hand controls.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's got hand controls, but nonetheless, look, you just look, do the back one and you put a campfire in the middle, overlanding. We get a market, shopjimmyo.com.
shop below.
You want the camping?
Now a dealer for ATC hydraulics.
You trying to camp out?
Oh, they got all kinds of shit.
What do we got? Hit me with $32,000.
Look at the step side.
Listen,
too.
listen, it's worth, in the TRX,
Who's
it's worth every
stepping on
penny.
the step side?
Nobody, dude.
I was just about to ask. I didn't know if I should.
Take him off.
You know what's fun? If you have your buddy on the step side and lift it, Hey, just hold on to that for a second.
buddy, you're wasting your money on that.
Take it off.
I was gonna say something, but then Corey just dove right into it.
That's wild.
Dude, this is stock seat. I mean, this is unbelievable.
So I'm thinking that $32,000 price tag maybe includes the hand controls.
I would say that it's everything that you need to drive a car without being able to drive a car.
Well, with your feet.
With whatever.
yeah, great for photography. Make it
Josh,
work.
imagine if
Make
the
it work
camera
while
rig-
driving.
It'd be amazing.
They got it in a Traverse.
Dude, if you put lane control on and you're getting a little hot in the car and the window's not doing it,
What does ATST stand for?
You're gonna take off like a seagull.
dude, you just be out there.
You do not click that.
I would love
Said,
to.
do not play that video.
I would just raw dogging life on the highway.
I would kill to watch
Jeep
that
owners
video.
would have nothing on that.
Oh, you get your door
Wait.
off. That's cute.
Hold on, this one's
Watch
not.
this.
Look at how low that.
No.
That's
floor
crazy,
gets.
It's
right?
not a driver
This
mod.
shit
That
is
one's not a
slammed.
driver mod. We need the driver mod one. That's not a driver mod.
Wow, we're highly informed today.
What a rabbit hole we just went down.
Yeah,
This fucking mouse is gonna make me drink beer.
Rolling Rock.
Oh, then the,
We're going.
I didn't even click anything.
We're going to hell. We gotta get out of here.
I'm just listen. I
Wait,
think
we're
it's
not
cool-
already here. It's hot in this room.
I can turn it down a little.
Are these pre-installed?
Holy shit! Yeah, they look like pre-installed.
Oh wait, so you can buy that?
Yeah,
as
where's
a
the
truck with it
TRX?
installed?
Zero.
Oh, okay.
It's not there. You get the Longhorn.
Wow,
The big horn,
that's
80 grand.
A big
Not
horn just
bad.
thinking about it.
Those look like regular truck prices.
Honestly,
Like, how
pretty
much could you
expensive.
barter this
I
down
would
to?
honestly kill for this mouse to just do its thing.
I think I can talk to this guy. I think we can get one going. Maybe a demo car. Maybe a couple weeks for us. First question. Just wondering, for safety's
Look
sake,
at that.
does it work while we're driving?
Yeah.
Oh, here's a video.
Oh,
I have a-
shit.
I don't.
Oh my god.
This might be a
Hear
dumb
me out.
question.
Hear
Hold
me
on.
out. Hear me out. You get it, make it wider, right? See how I got the rig in there?
Yeah.
You have the entry from the back. Street bike.
Well,
Dude, highway
As-
scoop?
I'm pretty sure a Grom could fit in the front.
Passenger
So-
it. Passenger it.
all right.
Look at the speed on this.
I
Dude,
don't
imagine.
think the two doors open normally anymore
Imagine opening
Oh,
that.
oh, you don't think?
because it kind of looks just like a skin.
No, they do.
Wait, really?
Yeah, my dad said that the ones that they had, the door still
Yeah,
open
because it
normally.
pulls up
and
the
did that.
C-pillar.
Dude, if you ever open it normally, you'd just be defeating the whole
It
region
pulls
of
from
live.
the roof.
I don't know how they
but
would
If
open.
there's still an A-pillar.
He said they both open. He could be lying.
Dude, you could load your dirt bike in the side of your goddamn TRX. I mean,
Imagine if you're on the highway and you whip that shit open, you scoop up a
it's like that guy from Ninja
unsuspecting
Turtles
biker.
with the brain and the thing.
closing it on like a prize grabber.
Yeah, it's like, here, come with me.
Gotcha,
brother.
bitch.
All right.
Oh yeah, go on.
Crane game?
You run up and get like a wild hog on the side of you, just hit the door and scoop
I
it
would
in.
do it to people who are just walking down the street, like up on, on the curb. I got another
It's
one.
like a grabber claw for life.
Ah, the serial killers are buying that. Not
You
the
can't
Camaro.
open the door still. Yeah, it's wild. I'm surprised no manufacturer has actually done that.
Oh my god, I do need one for the CR, the MCV. Maybe I could just trim it a little bit.
You can
Oh, also P. Coots with $199.
big shows Pete Coots.
Your mother loves Polish men, to be fair.
That's yeah,
Love that.
maybe.
Love
Dude,
that.
the fucking edit of Josh with the monocle and the top hat.
Perfect.
Saying this, to be fair,
Well, you know,
that got me good today.
if ATC needs a guy,
I'd love to shoot out of the side of an open door. Be
Out of a
wonderful.
gull wing
dude,
truck.
shoot out of the side.
It'd be
You would be
amazing.
floating over the highway on a chair. You'd be buckled in.
You just have a turret on it.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
What a way to have road rage against someone too. I'm coming over there.
you hold on a minute. Don't
you fucking
Come
move.
on, clock in hand.
Send
Don't
out your
you
R2D2
fucking move.
passenger out there.
This guy,
You put a turret on it. Oh my god, there's enough
it's like
room.
fucking BB-8. You're out
Yeah.
there.
yeah.
Why the fuck's the side of that truck
It's
opening
just,
like that?
it's just Josh on the
just
side of it.
Chuck on
Buy
a-
our coffee.
Just Chuck on a minigun with a cigar hanging out of his mouth. With a big flag on it says your mother.
We can take care of this.
I think that's a lovely
I know
spot
the
to-
next mod for the GTR now.
It's a roadworthy.
We're gonna
Millennium
cut the whole
Falcon.
side off this thing.
Buy it for the GTR. Seamus can install it.
They got the facilities, dude. I seen it.
He's like, dude, you only have a coupe. Yeah, just make the whole
Seamus,
side of the
whole
car.
side.
open
Before
right
you say
the fuck
anything,
up.
hear me out.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey.
Listen, you're gonna hear some crazy shit, but I think it's worthwhile.
I got
Wait
this
till I get
last
to the
minute
end.
thing we need to do.
I like both doors on my X5 to open vertically, and for me to be transported to the ground.
Imagine doing this, right?
Yep.
It's a lease.
I do it just to see the look on their face.
You get back to the dealer.
You get out.
You get out.
Places you on the
And
ground.
you're gonna be like, wait a minute, this isn't how it came.
He goes, good evening, peasants. I'm here for my trade-in.
You get a lazy boy instead of the stock seat.
This isn't how it came.
You got like popcorn and shit on your stomach.
Oh my god.
Dude, with drive-by-wire, you can have the steering wheel go with you. So if you're out on the it's like sitting in an old Italian car.
Wait.
You're like, go look at,
You need like the coil thing when you're on a jet ski. This way it turns off.
Right, if you get yanked.
the bracelet. Oh, shit.
This is also good for the rain if you're carpooling.
No,
Send it out and
it's nice
awning.
so the truck turns off on the highway
Oh,
when you get
man.
pissed.
Dude, imagine being at the drive-thru, open it up, and then you get exited to the window to
no,
grab it.
no problem. I got it. The ATM. Dude,
Oh,
let's
the
go.
ATM is the play.
Just out there, just counting money on that thing. Oh
There's
my
so
God.
many options.
You
I'm
can't
glad that
drive a
thing-
Z1 with the doors retracted. That's like
Archie, thank
the
you for
only
showing
reason
us
I own
that.
one.
No problem. I just wanted to add into the car news.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's
perfect.
It's current.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love the idea of scooping a mini bike. If you get a truck long enough, you definitely can.
If I don't
Like a
see
full street bike.
one Michael Bay movie where two trucks that have that open up on the highway and start shooting at each other and then explode,
Didn't they already do that in
It's
like
gonna
one of the
save money on
Jurassic
breaking
Park
windows.
movies?
100%. Do that in what?
One of the Jurassic Park
Oh,
movies.
AT stands for Automobile Turret Company.
That's how they got their start. That's some.
Yeah, they were originally like a military company.
Like,
They
yeah,
went
we used to open
domestic,
the side
civilian.
of Blackhawks, but now, Silverados. So,
Can't call someone with the front door openings.
hey, baby.
Yo,
Hey, baby, your legs open like this door.
you ever seen one like this before?
Does anybody have any other news?
That's the
I
best
think
news we've
that's
ever
it.
done.
Yeah.
News out.
Yeah,
I think that
the
completes our
NACS
news.
thing was all I had.
Yeah.
That Electrify America is going to add Tesla plugs to their chargers.
Yep.
So
Tough
that's
act to follow.
it. Yeah.
Cybertruck, huh?
Oh my God, Tylenol PM in the Scoopy seat
Yeah.
while driving.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think you really need the old wrist
The hand
holder
controls.
on her. Yeah.
That thing being autonomous and being able to do that.
Just all the boys out on the side.
I
Just
wonder how
hanging
much
out.
weight it adds.
All.
Oh,
So much.
Yes.
a large amount.
It's got to be like 2,000
Yeah, if you had
pounds.
autonomous and all four can go outside,
That hydraulic lift, it's going to be...
You'd take
1,000
the
pounds
entire
ahead.
highway.
it's gonna be 1,000 pounds ahead.
You'd take up 3 lanes of
Yeah,
traffic.
but all you and all the boys outside just enjoying life.
Matt Rabbit's got the right idea for those trucks.
Al Qaeda is licking the lips.
They're doing the
of those
aid and
trucks.
hand
Oh,
motion here.
Jesus.
Yeah.
The
Well, if,
fucking
if it's anything like they fly a
Birdman
helicopter.
hands. They're making Play-Doh snakes while watching it.
All right, let's move on. I think it's time to talk to RJ in general, even more so than we've already been speaking to him.
I mean, Archie just gave us one of the greatest conversations we've ever had. Hold on 1 second. There they are.
So, for those who may not be familiar, RJ works with our friend Jimmy Oaks. He's basically the brand manager of Jimmy Oaks.
That would be
is
me.
the best way to describe it. You are a man who you've been friends with Jimmy for quite a long time.
They're between 12 and 14 years.
Okay. Rode BMX.
Yep.
Just always hung out.
We met at the lunch table in high school as we both went to like a magnet school, like a tech school. We went to Wilcox.
Yep.
Jimmy, I think, did a year. I hated it on the first day, transferred as soon as I got home.
Oh, wow.
wow.
Damn.
But I met Jimmy at lunch. We sat down at the same table. He sits down. He goes, "You look like you ride BMX." And I was like, "I do." And he goes, "Check out this rail that I did. It's like an 8-foot tall rail. Like jumped on it, barred off of it." And I was like, "Well, fuck you. I'm not that good." And then that's how we started. And then like we just see each other at the skate park all the time and
Yep.
hang out there. And then when we got our licenses, Jimmy got a job down the street for me at the Wallingford Bike Barn, and I lived like 2 roads over. So I would go there after school, hang out, chill until he closed up, and then we go to the skate park.
Yep.
And then it turned into the car thing, because when I met Jimmy, he was like kind of just getting into cars. He wasn't a car person and pretty much until probably like I'd say midway through end of high school. I think that's how he says he kind of got into it, because like me and B Hall knew him, and Brian and I had both been car guys since we were kids. Like I was in the garage with my dad at like 2 years old working on his E28.
Yep.
So like Jimmy was newer to it, and then started to get into it as he met all of us, and then that's like started into where we are now.
Yep.
So it's been a long time.
Did you know Brian before?
I met Brian. I knew Brian from somebody else. He dated my cousin's best friend, so he was always at these family events. So Brian was always there. So I knew who Brian was, but didn't have that correlation until later when we saw each other at the bike barn. I was like, I know you. I know you.
That's so small, like world-wise.
I could tell you the more that you travel, the smaller the world gets.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So they call it 6 degrees of separation.
Yes.
It just
Pisses me
they're
off.
real. It's when you think about it, like it's wild how close even we are to some people.
Yep.
Like just we're 1 or 2 people away from I don't know
Arnold
Yep.
Schwarzenegger.
somebody.
Jeremy Clarkson.
Literally
I
one
know.
person away.
I think I'm related to by someone is married into my family. Marty Grabstein, the voice actor for Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You mean that man
Is
right
it
there?
that guy? No, it was
things I do for love.
so. Small little side note. Jesus, dude.
Granny Stew.
Wait, you almost sound like George Takei.
I don't know who that is. I'm
Oh
talking
my
about
God.
the Fox.
I did that last one.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I know. It sounded like George Takei.
Oh, that's offensive.
That ain't right.
It was
What,
good.
the Granny
It was a
Stew?
good voice.
Anyways,
Who's
yeah.
that?
I had a photo of Clarkson sent to us that he took for us.
Did you?
Yeah.
Is he holding
Fine.
up a sign that says our name on it?
No,
Can
no.
we print it?
No,
Yeah.
it's just the other party was there, and he's like, "Oh, let me." And he took.
Do we
a
need a
photo
new
for
president
us.
photo?
We could probably use this one. Yeah, for sure. So you've known Jimmy for a long time.
Yeah.
But you've only been working with him for probably the last 4 years.
This was my 3rd year.
Okay.
May 15th was my third year anniversary.
You've made quite the impact over there.
I guess so. I'll be humble about it. I've
I-
definitely
from-
put in work.
From the outside looking in, I think you just added to everything that Jimmy has going on anyway.
It's just,
I assume taking.
I'm basically just doing all the stuff that he doesn't have time to do.
I was going to say
That's-
taking a lot off his shoulders.
Yeah, that's pretty much where it comes into. So for people who don't know, I have been around since the first video. The first video is just me and Jimmy.
Yeah.
April 6th, 2016. That was my birthday.
Way back when
We
building
were doing the Red Z in his mom's garage.
with an LS, right?
Yeah. So I would just go. I was working my normal full-time jobs, and I would go to Jimmy's house because he was still in college.
Yeah.
So he was only home like Friday through Sunday. So I would get out of work at 5, go to his house, and I'd basically be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday and Saturday till at least 2 or 3 every weekend.
Mhm.
And then Sunday during the day we'd hang out, and then we'd probably go ride. And then we did that for months until the Red Z was finished. And then he was finished in school. He got into that car accident, was just kind of down and out for a while. And then when he finished school, he was like, I think I'm going to try this, take a break, do something for fun for a little while. And then it's just been there ever since. And I've been there on and off a little bit where at times my life just got too busy that I'd only be down there like once a week.
Yeah.
But when my schedule would free up, I would just get like a text at work at like 1 o'clock. He'd be like, hey, what are you doing after work? Can you come help me film? And like he would try and film as much as he could by himself, and then I would come in on like a Thursday, and I'd be there till like 3 a.m. while we'd film, and then he'd go home and edit.
Yep.
And I did that. So this is our 7th year. So I've been doing this for 7 years, but 3 years I've been doing the business side of it.
So it was a natural progression to
Yeah.
the brand manager
Yeah.
role.
It came into it. Jimmy has said this before on LZ's podcast that he wanted me to do it because he was the main one that he trusted. Like, I always have his best interest in mind. When I
Yep.
sound like an asshole and I'm being stern, it's because I want to do what's going to be best for him in the future.
And you're thinking the business side of things. It's
thinking
not.
long term, what's going to be good for him. It's obviously what's going to be good for me too. But like, I want to do whatever's going to be right for him to keep this going the longest.
Yep.
I'm sure
So
you
that's
were
why he wanted
stoked
me.
when he was like, "I'm gonna buy a Porsche," and you were like, "Brother,
I can't talk about that.
yeah."
I actually can't talk about it. There's other stuff that went on during that. If it's spoiler alert, secret.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Just whisper it.
That,
There was when we bought that Porsche, there was so much going on at one time. It was me, Jimmy, and Dave Egan because we stay at Dave Egan's house when we go over to Ireland.
Yep.
And it was like, I think it was like 1:30 in the morning, and we're just eating McDonald's in his kitchen. And all of you guys have been to Europe, right?
London. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or,
So,
yeah,
but
yeah. UK. in general.
4 in McDonald's is like a delicacy.
Flaps.
So much better. So we're just sitting there, we're just talking about stuff, and my brain was going haywire because I was learning a lot of new information at once, and then the Porsche thing came up. where we were just trying to make plans for everything.
Yep.
And then the next morning we went and got the Porsche, and I was like, I think my brain is fried from everything that's going on right now. But
You were like that numbers meme.
yeah,
Like, dude,
it's
like-
literally it's
Zach
literally like it
Galifianakis.
was. But that's his side of it. He's good with it. He knows how to take care of that. He knows how to deal with those finances. I deal with the other side of it. He can do whatever he's got to do. He knows what he's doing.
And that brings, I mean, new car brings new merch opportunities.
Yeah, so we did that the 964 drop.
Yep.
That was sick. It was one of the most amount of shirts I ordered to have on the shelf, and we sold out in 2 hours.
Which is wild.
We knew it was going to be a banger. We
That's
were so
crazy.
stoked on it, but we didn't think it was going to do that good.
Yep.
So I had just gone down to Jersey for FD Thursday afternoon. So I was gone Thursday through Sunday night, pretty much. And we did the drop Thursday at 12:30. So while I was in the hotel room and I just gotten there, I had like opened a pre-order, set everything up, was trying to email anybody who could do the production because the original place who did it said they couldn't do a rerun until like end of August. So I'm like trying to find vendors and suppliers and people to get the blanks from and do all this stuff. So I opened the pre-order, and it just instantly blew up again. It's the most shirts we've ever sold on a single drop.
That's wild.
And it's where I'm so happy for it because we thought this is our best design that we've done. We've done some good ones, but this is our absolute favorite. So I'm so stoked to just see twice as many people out wearing that stuff.
It warranted, like, that feeling that you
Yeah.
had.
So then I was like, all right, maybe this car wasn't that bad. I think the Porsche is sick. I was so happy for him when he got it because I had seen him every morning and on road trips and just in the office or like outside of work, like texting and stuff, where he was just trying to buy like the G body or the F body, whatever the one before that one is, the older style, and him just getting shot down on every bring a trailer thing that he was trying to do, where he either get outbid or it wouldn't hit the reserve, and he was just stressed because he was like, he had been planning, he had been prepping, he had been saving, he'd been doing everything in his power to get this fucking car, and the universe just kept punching him in the dick.
Yeah.
And then we go to Ireland and it just lines up.
That's
Worked
a
out.
bucket list
Yeah.
car
Sometimes
for
it
me.
be like that.
Yeah.
Life's like a movie.
It was a bit of a nightmare to get over here, but it had
I
to
mean,
go
open air imports helped him out,
Yeah.
which I thought was awesome.
It was awesome. It was they helped out a ton. They made everything so much easier, and then always shout out to Method. They picked it up from the port for us, did the paperwork, brought it in, checked it to make sure everything's good, and they drove it up to us.
Oh, that's killer.
So like
Sick.
they always hook us up. Those are always like the best guys.
Yeah.
But it had to go from Ireland to the UK and then the UK over.
Yep.
So UK and Ireland was like tax it.
Right,
Let me tax this real quick.
Yeah.
I reckon you're in our port.
But that car did bring in more of its own thing. It helped us like expand on the merch a little bit, try something new.
And it's
with
going to
the
continue
designs.
too, especially even on
Yeah.
the YouTube side of things.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
No,
Porsche
they've
guys
already
now.
ripped it apart.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah,
gotten so much support from other people too.
I don't watch. I was just texting you today. I don't
Yeah.
watch any YouTube.
Me either.
I watched the first episode of that Porsche one. Immediately sucked in. I was like, I want to know everything about this.
It's good because the way Jimmy breaks things down is informative and entertaining at the same time.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's not many other channels I know that are doing that with a 964.
No.
At least I don't follow them.
Well, Jimmy, like I compared when Jimmy's working on a car, he's like a very interested younger kid in something where he just wants to tear it apart, not because he wants to tear it apart because he can. He wants to know how it works.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when he's ripping it apart and he's pulling it apart, he's looking at everything, trying to figure out why it does it,
Why they
when it
designed
does
that
it,
way.
Yeah.
and what's the purpose for
Get
it.
an
Him and
understanding of it.
Spoon like together is nice to see. Cause I grew up in Hondas with Spoon pretty much. I mean,
Yeah.
he painted my UK. And yeah, no, I was watching that and I'm like, dude, I love this. Like he turns into like Professor Oaks.
Yeah, Professor Oaks
It's fucking just insane, dude. He's
putting that biochemical engineering degree to work.
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
mechanical aspect of it.
That side of his brain starts to
oh
yeah,
yeah,
like-
click in.
It
Yeah.
must help bring in a different audience as well.
I
Poor-
think it definitely
Porsche
does
guys.
because a lot of the people who do builds, like, not to like name names or anything, but like Adam does a lot of work
Yeah.
on his own cars and stuff, and he usually does it off camera a little bit. I feel like now,
Yep.
but he has a couple spoons. There's spoons worth all 10 of them, but like he has people that build the cars for him. Other channels do the same thing where they kind of like, hey, here's what we got. We're going to see a couple of bits here and there, but Jimmy still wants to be hands-on with it. And there's a lot of people who like the DIY
Yeah.
experience and the more hands-on experience. And like, I know as much as Jimmy would love to just hand his car off to somebody else to build it, he wants to do it still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants to be a bigger part of it.
It's a different.
because he is a car person.
Jimmy's definitely a car enthusiast. It's
yeah,
not.
that's the difference.
I wouldn't say it's just like a hobby for him. I would say he's like genuinely enthusiastic about it, especially the inners and the outings of it. Not just how the car looks, but he's like genuinely interested in how the cars work.
Yep. Again, that side of his brain. That's
Yeah.
just like
That side of his brain is all
The
car
tinker-
stuff. The other side is all One Piece anime.
Just a left and right separation.
I think that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, there might be a third one with a few other things there, but that's probably it.
yeah, tossed around somewhere. So when you entered the shop, was there an establishment of like Jimmy just said, "Hey, here's what I want you to do. Run
Okay.
wild."
That's easy. I started May 15th of 2020. It was a Friday. I literally left. It was my last day at the job I was at, and I started that night.
What job were you at?
I was working at this place called Richard Chevrolet, and I was in the parts department because I'd been in dealerships for like 9 years between motorcycle and cars, and I was at GM for 6 of them, well, like a couple different GM ones. And prior to that, I was like, turned 25, had my quarter life crisis, quit my job, lived out of my car for 6 weeks and just drove across the country, came back, still wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but I knew I had a great time. And then come around like end of April, early May, I was like, I think I just want to try something new. COVID was going on. Everything was like being weird. And I was like, maybe this is the time for me to get out of here. And an ex of mine at the time that I was still like nonchalant with or whatever was like, hey, I'm getting a new place in Texas. I need a roommate. I know you want to change. Do you want to be my roommate? I trust you if you want to come down here. And I had been there and I was like, you know what? I'll give it a fucking shot.
Mhm.
And I texted Jimmy and I was like, hey, I just signed a lease. I'm moving to Texas in September. And he goes, I need to talk to you as soon as you get out of work. And then I went down there and we sat down in the office and he's like, listen, I tried the merch last year right before I went to Dubai. I want to do it more. If I want to grow, this is the next step. I want to try it. I don't want to just stay where I am. This is how I want to start my next like chapter of growth for the channel. I know you hate your job. I hate doing this by myself. He's like, give me a number, like a low number of like what I could pay you to try this to see if you like it. Like get out of your job, not hate your life. And if you hate working here or I hate you working for me, then you leave in September. And I was like, you know what? This is a good deal. And I was like, sure. And that number was like, yeah, it's going to be $400 a week. That was it. And like I did that. And then I don't even think I made it to July. And I took my name off the lease and they had to keep my $200 security deposit, but
Yep.
I ended up staying. And as soon as I went in, it was just like the idea was I would learn how to ship, pack, do the emails. We didn't have like the business license and the tax IDs yet. So my
Yep.
mom works for an accounting office part-time throughout the year. So I went and sat down with the accountant and I got our licenses set up. I got any of our permits that we needed. I got our tax IDs. I started to learn how to do all that. So I was doing bookkeeping, like was just running everything there was on that side of the business. So he didn't have to do it. Mainly the thing I was doing for him was like, hey, you got to sign this. I got to go to the bank.
Yep.
Like just stuff like that. And that we started doing that and I was doing the merch and that you guys have been there and you were there when you did that photo shoot for the magazine.
Yeah.
There's a 247 square foot office that the two of us shared an office with desks with we had like a couch in there at the time, the packing table and the shelves.
Yeah.
And then at one point, we had all that merch in there and we were just working out of that one office, just the two of us that had no AC and no heat. So it was like a sweatshop in the summer and it was like a igloo in the winter.
Yeah.
But we had like things to try and offset it, but it was just, we started right out of that. And then 3 years later, we have almost 10,000 square feet between the two of us.
I was going to say, plus it went from one shop to now multiple spaces.
Yeah, it originally was that shop. And then we had talked about adding a second level from the office where it was and building it outwards. Because when we originally moved in there, or he originally moved in there were offices and he was in Germany and they didn't get a chance to talk to him. So they knocked them all down. So it was already set up to be like a front office. And it was like, it was like a 800 square feet taken up out of the 4,800 that's in that shop. So it would have been a good amount of space, but they knocked it all down. So we had to start fresh.
Yep.
And then the bay across from us where DJ is now opened up and we ended up taking over that lease and moving over there. And then that was the real first start to a separate office, a separate merch area, hiring more employees and like having a separate workspace and like trying the next stage of the growth was like, all right, we got to get a bigger building. And then we were only there for a year and we outgrew that space. And that's how we ended up in the one next door. Just happened to be, I was doing a paint correction on the black S15 before it went to Florida. And one of the neighbors in our building who had that lease, the company closed that section of the branch down and they wanted to sublease it because if they didn't, they were going to have to pay for the build out because it was into their lease.
Yeah.
So they were like, we need someone to take it over so that we don't get screwed out of like, 40-50 grand for the whole layout. Like the whole building's wide for like 440. It's got big like ventilation systems in it and all this other stuff because they were doing some crazy like 3D printing and plastic printing and stuff like that. So he came over and I was like, yeah, let me take a look at it. And then we sat down and had a meeting the next week. And then the week after that, we were moving in.
Yeah.
And
So
I think when you're in there, dude, that shop is big. I feel like the videos are like not, they don't show how big it is. Really.
I think it's weird that I get that from, it's not even hit or miss. I feel like it's 80% of people come down and they either just like randomly stop down, which please don't do. It's a hazard and a liability for us. But people will stop down and they'll be like, wow, this like the shop looks smaller. And I don't know if it's the lens that we use or whatever it is, but it's almost 10,000 square feet between both buildings.
It's fucking big.
I feel like
think
it doesn't
it's
seem
big.
big to me, basically because I'm there every day.
Yeah.
When I come, I'm like, there's so many cars in here. This is insane.
There are so many fucking
I'm like
cars.
bumping into shit in my garage, like trying to move around. And our shop's
Me
big.
trying to take the garbage out.
That's a fucking, your butthole's tight.
Oh,
Going
I'm
around
like,
all
I'm
the
gonna hit
paint.
something. Luckily, it's like the cars that are in the back now are the ones that need paint. So if I do hit it with the trash can or like I drop a box on it, I'm like, oh, maybe it's not as bad.
It's not so bad.
It's not terrible. I gotta avoid the 180 that's in the back, but because that one's like nice. But the Sonda, I don't know. If Jimmy could probably watch a boat anchor drop on it, he'd be okay.
Which is crazy because that one has like the most fab work.
Yeah, that one's nuts.
Yeah, that was a wild build overall.
That was a big project. That's right around. I started right after that.
Yeah.
Because I think they started that in November of 2020, and then I was there
actually-
through that.
I just started that. If you haven't seen that, dude, Brian is a fucking wizard. He's like, yeah, I just fucking made this out of metal. I'm like, okay, magic man.
Keep your secrets.
Crazy, dude.
Got to give Jimmy the credits on that one too. He's the one making a lot of the measurements.
Yeah. Sorting it out.
Brian's a
lot
great
of geometry.
fabricator.
Yeah,
There's
he's
so
the-
much of it.
He's the boots. Jimmy's like the brain.
Yeah, you're
Dude,
just
and
like
Jimmy's
putting the
knee
two of them
boots.
together. It's like plankton on SpongeBob.
Yeah.
So you go in, you're on a trial period. You quickly realize that I can do this long term.
And I was happier.
Yeah, which
Like-
is
Which is sick.
obviously
Yeah.
very important.
I was like, maybe I don't need to move halfway across the country to be happy. It's like,
Yeah.
maybe I can find happiness here.
Yeah.
Glad you did, Daddy.
What are some of the things you guys first tackle?
The first thing we did was I redid the entire website 4 times.
That's the way to do it.
I'm done.
Because
Nope.
I went in and we had like Shopify themes are really easy to use because it's mainly like kind of like a cut and piece or like a insert.
Yeah, very
kinda
much
thing
like
here
plug
and there.
and play.
It's just you have to follow along with it. Certain things do things that you don't think they do. Sometimes colors don't work. Sometimes fonts don't work. Sometimes images don't work. And you have to. It's like a learning curve of figuring it out. And there's very basic ones, and then there's ones that allow you to code into it. So I started with 2 of like the beginner themes and made one off of that. And then I kept looking at other people's websites and like, I want to make ours better. I want to make ours better. So I think when I made the 3rd rendition, which is the one that we actually put out, like I did 2 and we never released them. And then the 3rd one that I did, I had like 160 hours of extra time into it. Like I would just be up to like 2 a.m. just playing around with it, figuring out what fonts work, what colors work best, how to put images on it, how to make certain parts of the theme work with other parts of the website so videos could play on it or anything like that, or like working on making the email list work and how it said things because you had to code in like if you wanted it to say, hey, we're packing your order, I would like go in there and fuck it up, and then I had to like watch a video on how to code to fix it because I did it before doing the undo button, and like had to learn how to like do that. And then now I think I'm on like the 5th rendition of it now. So
Yep.
like that was the first tackle was make the website easier to use, make things more accessible, make it look good. And then we went from there onto doing new product. We're like, all right, what do we release? What do we start making? What do we want to sell?
I know you guys toyed with a lot of different things, doing a lot of different drops, right? Like
Yeah.
Frisbee stuff. I remember summer stuff.
Yep. We did Frisbees. We did like a summer one where we did koozies and like cooking aprons. Obviously done a lot of shirts. Air fresheners were a big thing. Stickers were something we worked our way into. And then we were doing anything from keychains to crock charms to banners. We just worked our way across the board with so many different things, like trying to figure out what we could do, like doing the custom JDM Vet Cup holders was another one that we did. So a lot of my time was easy for me because I was already used to dealing as a vendor or a distributor for GM stuff and then dealing with other branches, suppliers, and customers. So just knowing how to reach out, what to search for, who to find, and how to deal with the wholesale stuff. I was just transferring that skill from like the parts and service side of it into like a retail
Yeah. Just
merchandise thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was basically just the same language, just in a different style.
Yep.
And that was pretty easy.
What's your favorite thing to do? Did you develop, like, because obviously you said you spent a lot of long hours working on the website.
Yeah.
It seems like you quickly kind of developed a passion for it, and it was just like,
It's fun because I really like to organize things. So doing inventory and rearranging, like when I come back from events and I reset up to try and make it as efficient and as like productive as I can possibly be when I'm packing orders, putting things away. I love to find a new way to make my life easier.
yeah.
So when I use the website, it's like I just get to reorganize my room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get to make it easier and just look better and feel nicer and feel refreshed. So I really do like working on the website, and I really like doing the warehouse stuff. I think those are always have been two things that I like, and I just get to do them all the time.
Yeah.
On like a better scale with music playing in the background and
Right. You
wearing
can just dive right in.
t-shirt and shorts
Yeah.
instead of like dress pants and a
Yeah.
button up.
Yeah. And having to worry about, I got to ask for my break or whatever else.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the growth comes, I don't want to call it fame, but fame, I guess, in the
Notability.
automotive world.
Is it? Or like just more recognized.
Yeah, I guess recognized.
Yeah.
Recognition. How do you handle that? Because it's something that is different, I'm sure.
Probably awkwardly. I am a dickhead on the internet because I really hate using Instagram so often now.
Yep.
I am definitely more of a in-person person. Like when people DM me and stuff, I just like hate using the app sometimes, and like I can't hear tones and I can't see facial expressions. Like I
Right.
really like being up close and talking to somebody like in a more like intimate setting, or like when we go to the events and I can actually hear you talk and like
Yep.
see the excitement and things like that. It doesn't, so a lot of stuff doesn't come off the right way to me, but like when I'm in person and someone comes up like, yo, I love you guys, it's so sick what you do, like that means like the world when I hear someone talk about it. The online part of it is just a lot harder, but I've definitely gotten used to it because it's grown exponentially more. But I think it's still not used to it when I'll like be out with someone and they don't not that they don't understand it, but they're not used to it, and someone will come up to me. Like I was at the bar on Monday night just playing darts with someone. Like I was just out and we were playing darts and hanging out, and this dude came up to me and was like, oh, it's so great to see you here. What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. I love the videos. Porsche stuff is sick. Appreciate what you do, whatever it was, and then just walked away. And they were like, what the fuck was that about? I'm like, I'm just used to it now. It's like it's a little weird, but it's weird in a good sense where like
Yeah.
you don't maybe you don't expect to hear
Yeah.
it, but it's nice. I don't know how to take it the right way all the time for sure.
Right. It's a different thing.
Yeah.
There's
I'm like, it's just, to me, it's like, I'm just doing my job, man. Like,
right.
Thanks,
It's
but-
not anything crazy.
yeah.
Needless to say, you are proud of where you're at right now,
I would say so.
and you've made the right decision, you feel, overall.
I think so. Yeah. I haven't had the desire to up and leave
Yeah.
and restart my life or anything else. I always have the desire to make where I am better.
You've
a good
also
desire
got
to have.
into, I was
Yeah.
going to say, you've also got into making yourself better.
Yeah. I had like my own personal things going on like everybody else does in like their mid-20s and everything else between either breakups and like deaths in the family and moving and all the things like that. And I just was trying to make, upgrades to myself because I think cars are fucking stupid. So I was like, I'm going to start putting money into myself.
Long term, it's probably the best.
Long time it's better. I like to hike and be outside, and I had some revelations in like early 2022 where I was like, all right, I got to start taking things more seriously. I need to be healthier. I need to get out more. I want to maybe touching trees is a good idea. Like maybe the earth is like better for me. I should like try doing more natural things. And it made a big impact on my life. And like, it was a good thing because I did get sick in October, and now I have like a whole new thing that I deal with, and like it was good that I put my life in order, and I wouldn't have put my life in order if I didn't have what was going on at the shop, like that motivation to do better there.
Yeah.
And to grow. That I took that motivation and put it into myself. So then when everything else happened, I was like, I'm going to fight through whatever I got to do, and I'm just going to keep improving. I don't want to run away from things that either make me upset or frustrate me. I like where I am. I like who I'm around. I like what I do. I want to make everything around me better. I want this tighter sense of community in a local area, and I want to expand on that.
Sense of community is a big thing, especially seemingly in the Connecticut area.
Yeah.
With YouTube, with the automotive scene, because not only did you grow up with Jimmy, you also kind of grew up with LZ, right? Because that was
So LZ, same thing, was like getting into cars, and I was already the car friend of like most of my outside groups of other people I was friends with. Like I had my already car friend group, and then people in the BMX scene. As it goes, when you skate in BMX, you usually turn into a car guy.
Yeah,
I was
that's
already
exactly
the car guy.
90% of the people here that we talk to, it's always the
Like
same story.
LZ doing like the first mod on his 3 Series that he had. We did it in my driveway in the winter at like 9 o'clock at night, and we just bought like an intake from AutoZone and put it on in the driveway with him. And like, but I met LZ my second year at Camp Woodward for BMX. We were both there the same week. We were bunkmates in the same cabin.
Oh, awesome.
And that's how we met. Oh, I'm from Connecticut. You're from Connecticut. Oh, what do you drive? Oh, I have an Integra Honda Boy.
Yeah.
And then like it started from there, and I've known LZ since. That was 2000. I met Jimmy in 2008, and I met Adam in 2010.
Yeah.
So like I've known them for almost the same amount of time.
You've got to see and be part of
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, you know,
Whether I've just been there in the background holding the camera, filming for Adam at the skate park, or filming for Jimmy in the garage, or just like literally just being there like as a presence, just being like hanging out and doing things. I've been weird like as a background shadow through so many things.
you bought the first piece of merch from LZ.
I did.
Okay.
Yep. I remember that clear as day. I texted this to Adam when he was doing the thing about it. Was we were at the bike shop, and he was showing me the render of it on a shirt, and he was like, this is what I'm thinking about doing like my first shirt, trying to make some money off of it, like start the merch thing. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I was like, I like that. I said, if you sold that, I would buy it. And he was like, oh, I appreciate that. He's like, I think I'm going to drop them next week or whatever. And I remember he was using Twitter way more than anything because Instagram wasn't really as big yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting in my car on my lunch break at the body shop I was working at. And I was just like eating my food, and I was scrolling through my phone in my car, and I saw it, and it was like, first shirt is now live, whatever. I was like, oh, cool. He did do it. I told him I'll buy one. Man of my word, I'll buy one. And I bought it, put the order through. Took me like 30 seconds, and then I sent it. And then 10 seconds later, I get a text like, thank you so much. I love you for, like, you're the first person to buy one. This is crazy. Whatever it was. I'm like, I'm the first one. I thought I would have been the last person to buy it. I thought I missed it. And I must have, like, opened it and saw it, like, a minute after.
Just the perfect timing.
Yeah. I still have the shirt.
Which is awesome.
The only thing I'm missing is I have the receipt from the order after it. I had saved every receipt I had ordered because he used to draw on them all the time. So I have a folder full of the original receipts.
Yeah.
That's the only one I'm missing. But I have the shirt saved downstairs. I want to like put it in a shadow box and hang it up with the plaque.
That's pretty cool.
You've been getting into BMX again lately?
A little bit. Yeah. I never really didn't want to do it anymore. It was just almost more of a time thing. And like if I was going to hurt myself, I wanted to hurt myself doing different things. And my best friend Jordy is like always, he's still big into it, like rides for Animal, rode for GT for a while, and like is out and about filming for LFS and a couple other people. So he's like, he was a guy I used to ride with all the time. He fell off for a little bit, and then he got way back into it. He was like, I'm never riding again. And then just went full bore, and I just like started to go along for the ride. So like when we go on the trips, like we did to E-Town for the Riverside 50K, we brought our bikes, and Friday night after we left the event, we went to the skate park.
Find a park, right?
Yeah.
Were you there at the most recent FD event?
I was.
How was that to see, again, to know your relationship with Adam?
Yeah.
And how, like, I mean, it must have felt.
I feel like I don't think about it like that. We're like, hey, I was bunkmates with that kid. I did say it out loud. I remember saying it because Jordy was real funny. He goes, I was in the car with Adam when he crashed his 3 Series into that ditch, and now he just won a round at FD.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a picture we got to put side by side, like, start from the bottom, now we here.
Yeah.
Kind of like thing. But I don't really think of it, I guess, in that sense. Like, I just like that. I'm like, that's just my friend.
Well, that's
Like,
what I
out
mean.
there.
Is just, did it make, like, you were obviously stoked for him?
I'm stoked. I'm stoked for him, but almost in like a more like nonchalant form of it. I'm like, yeah, that's my boy.
Yeah.
Like I just know like him and Jimmy are great.
Mm-hmm.
I almost expect these things from them. So
Right,
when they
right,
do
right.
it, I'm not like, yeah, that's what I figured you would do. I'm just like, yeah, I knew they could do it.
Right. Like you said, that's the best way you
Like a
expected
humble,
it.
proud dad. Really.
Right, right. Yeah.
Like that. Like I got, this was the first time I think at FD that I actually got to watch like the top 16.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, like we're working the booth and everything, and this time I closed it down because I had help. Like Jordy comes down, helps me with events every now and then, and I actually got to like sit and watch it. We were in the suites for a while, and then we went out into the stands, and I was like, it was real cool to watch him like on that second time where they had to do it, where they had the rematch.
Yeah.
And like LZ came in on his lead, and I like he was so far angled, I thought he was gonna spin out, and he held that shit, and I was like, that's my boy. I was like, I'm always real nonchalant like that. Like when I go watch like my mom play softball on Wednesdays, I'm like, yeah. I'm not the guy who's like, yeah.
Yeah, I can.
I have to be like around other people who are like that, and everybody else was there like cheering like that, but I'm just like I'm a very nonchalant
Even
person.
keeled.
Yeah.
You've gotten to drift yourself.
I have gone to drift myself a few times. A lot of people don't know this, but I have done this a lot beforehand. Like I've had rear-wheel drive car experiences, and then growing up, I always had like I was the kid who had the obnoxious Subaru or a Jeep, so I was like sliding around always in the winter. So I always had the basis of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I did have rear-wheel drive experience from other friends who had Fox bodies or like Camaros and stuff like that, because a lot of the kids that I were around at the time had V8s, so more American muscle things.
Yeah.
So when I went out and I had bought Lynch's TI, and we went out to the track on my first day, Jimmy was a little mad because I did so good on my first day. Like I linked the kidney bean skid pad on my second try, and then after that I couldn't just hook it every time I just get to the end. I'd always flick the wheel too much, and I just like was getting nervous, and car kept having a couple issues here and there. But I was like, man, at the end of the day, I was like, I don't want to fucking do this. I was like, this kind of sucks.
I saw videos of you. You sent me a video of you hawking that fucking thing.
Yeah, I was entering I drove the track on the first one, like the first lap, and then I just went third gear at 50 into it because I'm like, I'm on a track. I don't got to worry about anything.
Yeah.
It's if I hit a wall, I hit a wall. I'm not
is
going
what it
to get in trouble for it. They're just
Right.
going to be like, hey, you hit the wall, get off the track. I'm not going to get a ticket or arrested. So like when I'm on the track, I'm like, I can let loose. I can take any of the chains off and just go.
A few
So I was
less
like,
repercussions.
yeah, exactly. Because if I'm
Speaking
out
of
on the
letting
street and doing stuff, I'm like, oh, it's a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah,
But when we
yeah.
did that, we were done, though, and I was like, man, I was here for like 8 hours. I got 9 laps in. I sat in the car. It was like hot. It was cold. I was like, I don't know if I like this. It's fun, and this is probably going to sound like a dickhead thing to say, but I don't think A to B style drifting is hard. I don't think learning the basis of it and getting a line done or linking something, if you're just trying to get from A to B on a course and just go back and forth, I think most people could definitely get the hang of it and do it. Like, I think that Stevie could have done 2 or 3 corners
Yeah.
if he wanted to go out there. I know he was nervous. It was his first time, but I really think that he could have done it.
Yeah.
I think precision driving, tandeming, trying to hit clipping points,
Yep.
going way faster, doing anything like how Jimmy drives and Adam drives and everything else, that's way harder. It's like anybody could play Smoke on the Water on a guitar. I think that the basics of drifting is kind of like that too.
I could see that for sure.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what it is. Like I
'Cause you,
really,
you can get out there and slide a car.
yeah, I really think that I've seen so many people like Spoon just playing on the sim and then goes out there and does it. Now, when you're trying to get as close as you can to the wall and hit these little tiny points and then tandem with somebody and go way faster, it's definitely harder. I can't do that. But I can go like
Right. That just comes with,
A to B and stuff. Like
seat
anybody
time.
who's drifted a car in the snow has the basis of it already.
Yeah.
So I think I have great respect for what people in FD and Pro Spec and like what Jimmy does and stuff, because I can't do the tandeming. I can't ride the wall like that or anything else. But like I could stay in the middle of the lane and like link 2 or 3 corners.
Yeah.
But it's just, it wasn't fun for me. Like it's enjoyable in the moment. But when we were done, I was never like, man, I can't wait to go drive again. And that car was really a track car and not a street car. And I really wanted a street car that could be used for the track.
Yeah.
So when I would drive it outside of the event, I hated driving the car. And nothing pissed me off more than getting in a car and driving that I didn't like.
Yeah.
Like I like my
It's just
I like my O2 Accord better than I like the TI.
Yeah.
It's just a more enjoyable experience for a different reason, but I want a street car, not a track car, so I offed it, and then I was way happier after that. And I really haven't done anything else since. I mean, I
was
bought
gonna
the Bug, but
Say what's your current, is there a current automotive itch you want to scratch?
I really would, if I was going to do anything, I would want to do autocross. I like time attacks and stuff like that a lot more than I like drifting.
Mm-hmm.
I think drifting is more fun to watch, but I don't have as much fun driving it. Whereas I think autocross is boring to watch, but I think it's way more fun to drive.
Doing right. Yeah.
That's my
Yeah, I get
personal
that for
opinion.
sure.
That's how I feel about it. Like I think that trying to keep a car in control, gets my adrenaline going a lot more than the drifting, because I feel like once you get into the groove of drifting, like I watch Jimmy just get comfortable, like he'll just sit there with like one hand like that. And when I do any type of time attack racing, which I've done before, and even just on like the go-kart tracks, like I am like
Kind of seat of your pants.
yeah, the whole time. I don't get that feeling with drifting.
Yeah.
So that's why I know it's not for me. So if I would do autocross if I did anything, but honestly, I am very content with where I'm at with what my vehicles are. Like I have the nice daily, my O2 Honda Accord. It's like the mintiest one you could ever see in your entire life, still almost showroom quality.
Yep.
And then I have the Bug that I bought off Sammy,
And you can enjoy.
and I get in it. I love driving it. It's peppy. It sounds cool for the most part. Like doesn't have a crazy exhaust on it, but the turbo spools up nice, and it
Yeah.
goes psh, like
Just
when I
gives you
drive.
more than enough enjoyment.
I have like $2,500 sound system in that bitch, so the inside bumps
Oh.
fucking crazy.
Wow.
And the air is cool on it, and I love how that car looks. Like I park that car and I walk away from it, and I'm like, oh, I fucking love looking at
You
this.
do a
thing.
look back?
Oh yeah, all the time. There's too many photos of that car on my phone, and I know people like hate the Bug, and I get it. I would hate the Bug too if I had a stock Bug.
Yep.
But I look at that thing and like I love driving it, A, B to C. I love just being in it. I like take it when I go hiking in the White Mountains. Like I'll bring it to the trail. Like I'll drive it all the way up there. It's just like I get in that car and I'm always just happy to be in it. I'm never like, man, I gotta modify it more. It needs to be faster or anything else. I'm like, man, I just love this car.
It's just perfect. Yeah, the way
It's
it
what
is.
I want. It's
Yeah,
just-
it fits you.
It does.
It
It really
yeah.
does.
Yeah.
I would be tempted to get rid of the Accord and import something, but I don't know what to do. There's too many options.
Yeah.
Too many options.
Yes. There's a lot of stuff out there.
There's so much stuff. Like
It's never ending, especially with every year comes more stuff.
like
I was
30,
just gonna say,
34 sedans are legal now.
yeah.
I've driven the Chaser quite a few times. Jimmy's let me take it home and like
I'm a big chaser
take
guy
it around
now.
and stuff. And now
Huge
that I've
Chaser
driven
guy.
it, I'm like,
Love those
I'm
things.
like, God damn, the Chaser is fucking sick. I love the interior. It's cozy. It looks big, but it feels like the same size as my Accord, even though it's bigger than it. I mean, it does definitely make all the right noises. I think RBs sound better than Jay-Z's,
There he is.
but I get
You know.
that Jay-Z's are definitely more reliable. But I'm not the biggest fan of how the Chasers look, especially in stock body form. Like to
Yep.
get a car and then have to make it look like Jimmy's.
Yeah.
There
yeah,
goes
it's-
my entire
It's
bank
not
account.
just
Yeah.
right.
I feel like even a bone stock 34 that looks like the grandma car, I'm like, that's still kind of neat looking just
Yeah.
because of what it is.
Yeah.
But I don't like how those cars drive. I've driven a couple 34s before, and it's just, I don't like the interior. The Chaser's just fucking comfy. But if I buy a car like that, I'll never be able to leave it like my Accord and have a practical daily that I could take anywhere and camp out of, or like let people borrow when they visit me. I'm going to want to bag it. I'm going to want to turbo it. I'm going to want to do everything to it. And then I'm going to have two bugs.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be like, oh,
I need a third.
Yeah.
yeah, then that's exactly what it's
Yeah.
going to be.
This year, you've traveled already.
Yeah.
You have some. Is this the most you've ever traveled?
This is the most I've ever traveled, probably for work. I traveled a lot last year by myself because we didn't do many events still because COVID was still back and forth.
Mhm.
But this is the most I've definitely traveled for events. Last year I was just away almost every weekend by myself.
Yep.
But this for events is like, let's see, I have this weekend off and this upcoming weekend off and next weekend off. We have no events minus Sevens Day on Friday, which I think we're driving out to NYC for.
Yep.
And then starting July 19th, which is a Wednesday, through that weekend of the 22nd and the 23rd will be in Ireland. So starting that weekend, I'm going for 6 or 7 weekends in a row for events.
Oh
Someone
wow.
asked actually earlier if you'll be at an event. I imagine you would.
I saw them say something, the LZ one. I will be at all the LZ events minus the Australia one. There's no way.
They asked with a C, Chemwega or
C?
something.
Yeah, so there's
Chemuga?
just E-Town, which we had.
Mm-hmm.
There's Ireland, which is coming up in a couple weeks. And then there's the Canada one. And then there's the Australia one. So there's only 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then I don't know if there's going to be another invitational at the end of the year, like in Florida. They're still like on the fence about what they're going to do.
Yep.
So as long as you're not in Australia, you'll be there.
Yeah, pretty much for all those ones. So then we got Ireland, and then I'll be at Wolfscart,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
I'll be there for myself, not to
Good,
work.
good.
That's daddy's time.
Daddy's time. Okay.
And then the week after that, if everything goes through, if Jay Creel gets all the permits pulled, it'll be Ignition Speed Festival
Yep.
at Foxwoods. Hopefully that goes through there. Foxwoods is having some issues with the town with one person. I'm hoping they get it resolved and come to the conclusion. We'll
One
find out
person is
tomorrow.
holding up.
One person is holding it up. One guy who's just not happy about it. And Jay's the nicest guy ever, so he's doing his best to make accommodations for this gentleman. So hopefully Jay can pull it off, and we can have that because it seems like it's going to be a really good event. And then the weekend after that, we go to Clean Culture, Virginia. And then the weekend after that, we go to Virginia, Grid Life, Connecticut, Clean Culture, NYC, and then we go to Final Bout, Wisconsin for the final stage.
Yep.
So we compete in that one. So we'll all be out there. No idea what Wisconsin looks like. Big drive out there. And then we have a week and a half off. Then it's the Canada LZ World Tour. Then a week off. And then we go to Jap Fest in Ireland. And then Jimmy goes to Australia. And then that's kind of like it. So there's basically 2.5 weeks in between where we don't have an event so far.
With all this stuff happening, how far in advance are you planning your merch drops these days?
Right now, I have the next 4 months planned out.
Okay. So
whether they go through or not, I have things in the pipeline or things ready to go and hit the press.
You're into
when we're
fall,
ready.
essentially?
I'm all the way into September right now. Because some of the stuff we do specifically for the event, like Ireland's going to have a specific merch drop for Ireland. So you can only get it while we're there. I got the stuff made over there. I'll pick it up when I get there.
Right.
That kind of ordeal.
Yeah, just way easier than.
There's some stuff that we've done specifically for the events in person. So we're kind of doing things in between. We try to do every 6 weeks. I think we do a drop every 6 to 8 weeks. That's where we're kind of finding the sweet spot too.
Yep.
And we're just trying to base it off of the Porsche. We base it off of getting it at the same time. So
right. It just would make sense to not have it.
It's been hard for us to get to the point where we would have everything aligned at the same time between dealing with design work, logistical issues with getting vehicles, or there being problems with them, or having to switch content because we get to the points where someone's like, why haven't you worked on this car? And it's well, we have to wait 3 months to do this one thing, which holds up the whole build. So then we have to start a whole other build. So then it means we have to change the merch that we're doing because we were going to do RX-7 stuff, and there was an issue with the RX-7 and we had to put it off to the side. It was the same thing with the Corolla. We had something for the Corolla and the Corolla got put down because we were waiting for another things. Now it's more or less just a paint thing, but we try to base now the merch around what we're working on.
What's
kind of the same way that LZ does things, and that seems to work a lot better, but everything doesn't go to plan.
Right. It's not.
There are hiccups and
Yeah.
potholes in the road, and just got to deal with them.
Things happen.
Yeah. All the time.
What's your favorite thing to do on a daily basis?
My favorite thing to do on a daily basis?
Work or not work? It doesn't matter.
Just anything in general.
I don't really feel like I'm at
Tylenol
work.
PM.
Yeah, take a Tylenol PM.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'm a very simple-minded creature.
You've been climbing rocks, right?
Yeah, I
Rock
rock
climbing?
climb 1 or 2 times a week. I go for daily walks. I hike.
Yeah.
I really like to ride my bike. Whether it's my BMX bike or my e-bike thing, and I just dip around for 15, 20 miles.
Yeah.
I just enjoy very simple things. So not cars.
It seems like you're surrounded with it so much.
I love cars, and I've been around it for so long. I'm 29, so I've been dealing with cars and doing car stuff for 27 years.
Yeah.
Which is gross to think about.
Yeah.
Right,
I
so
got
it's-
my first
it's-
car when I was 14.
It's okay to have a break
Yeah.
of stuff.
I want to
other
do
than cars.
other hobbies. I'm just very content where I am with my car stuff, so I like being around it. I would almost consider myself more of a hobbyist at this point. I'm definitely enthusiastic about working in the field, but when it comes to having my own one, it's more of a hobby to me now. And
Yeah.
I want to be enthusiastic about other aspects of my life. I'm ready for just change up in that sense.
Yeah.
So I would say definitely walks and bike rides.
How does your family take what you do? I imagine there's a bit of a kind of learning curve to explain
I think they take it fine. I think my dad's pretty happy about what I do because he's the one who got me into cars, and he always regrets it. Because he's you could have just been doing so much other stuff and not being miserable. He still works in the dealerships as a service manager, and he's been doing it for 35 years now, and has just been in it ever since. And he's you could have done so much other stuff. This line of work sucks. You can make good money, but it's miserable for your health. And I'm well, I'm doing car related stuff now, and my work-life balance is pretty fucking good.
It's a bit less
I wake up
stressful.
and I'm whether I'm frustrated or stressed about work or other things, I'm still happy to go to work every day.
Yeah.
So I think he likes it in that sense where he sees that I do something where he's seen himself get stressed at and put himself in the position where he's been for a long time, and he hasn't been fully happy with work. He's just done what he does to get by and does everything in another sense, and goes on vacation and travels with his wife and stuff like that. So he his work-life balance is different than mine. And then my mom doesn't give a fuck what I do as long as I'm happy. Like, all she cares about is that you get up and you get up and you go to bed with a smile on your face.
Mhm.
She's like, just love what you do. She wouldn't care if I sold stones and necklaces on the side of the road as long as I had a roof over my head and I ate every day.
Yeah.
So they
You're
like
happy.
they get it too. And like my mom's an office manager and a CPA, so like she sees the side of the stuff that I do. She helps me out with a lot of it, so she understands what I do. And like what I do now is not super far off from what my dad does anyways and what I was doing. We used to work at the same dealership together. So I think they're very supportive of it, and they like that I get to do things. And
It's kind of a mix of both as well.
yeah,
Like between the two.
it definitely is. Like I still order parts. Like Spoon will text me like a parts list, and I have to like go through and get it. And I have questions like, "What the fuck is this? What is this? I can't read this. What number is this? What brand is this for? How fast do you need it?
Yeah.
Stuff like that." And then I also like when some of the cars that don't go, like the Subaru, like that we don't work on, like the Subaru and the Duramax, like I usually schedule the appointments and like drop it off and like bring them in for service. So like that's kind of very similar to what I do anyways.
Yeah.
Or what I used to do.
You're used to it.
Yeah. But they're very supportive of what I do. They think it's cool. And both my parents are car people. Like my mom's a car person also and worked on a drag pit crew in high school.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's like it's just I've been brought up on it literally ever since
You're
I was
born for this.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You're born for this.
If I could do anything else at this point, I probably would have done something in like personal finance, like learning and doing all these other things. I'm like, damn, probably could have been an accountant, or I really would have loved to have been a fucking park ranger.
Park Ranger would be sick.
Yeah.
Accountant and
Chapter
park
11.
ranger are really.
I think I mean, I don't know.
Why not both?
I think you'd be a great park.
I think a park
ranger
ranger would
accountant.
be
You
cool.
could
I don't know. The
accounting,
more time
like-
I spend out in like nature and stuff and like outside and just things like that, I'm like, damn, it would have been sick to work at like Yosemite.
Imagine
It's
being
a-
like
Yeah.
a fire tower state park ranger doing
Yeah.
finance.
Like
Ma-
that.
Maybe this is too negative, but it absolutely would. But then you'd get so angry and just annoyed with how stupid people are.
I already get that now. So that listen,
Oh, I just mean in the park sense of like you wanted to keep the park.
That happens no matter what. Like you should see some of the emails I get.
You should see some of mine, buddy. I can't.
Yeah, I
guarantee
can only
you
imagine
top 'em.
his on there too. Same thing. So that's one of those things where like that just drop the job. It's the same wherever you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like no matter where you work, you're gonna have like
There's going to be pros
you're
and
gonna have
cons.
your pros and cons of it. It's just what job are you willing to deal with them, and what job is worth going in to improve them. And I'm at the job where no matter what issues I have, I'm happy to go in every day and make that part of my life better.
Yeah.
I think that other parts of it, like if I was a park ranger, I might not want to go in and like try and make things better.
Deal with the bison.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with. I'll deal with reptiles. So I don't know what park I would work at, but
Jurassic.
I feel like it changes all the time.
Jurassic. Jurassic.
Someone said, "Oh man, Ron Swanson." Yeah, I would love to be in a, maybe not in a canoe, petrified of water, but
Really?
yeah.
Is that also why
what did
you
I
don't
say
like
before? We said something. I said PTSD to Aruba, 2000.
Yeah.
I had a kayaking incident in the ocean. I am not a strong swimmer. I got pulled out by the current.
Oh, boy.
I was like 2.5 miles offshore, and I got knocked out of the kayak, and I had a life jacket on. I had a panic attack, and like a lifeboat had to come out and get me, and I did almost die. Luckily, there was another kayak with another friend in it that was on vacation with us that jumped out of theirs, pulled me above the water, and tried to get me to calm down until the boat came out and got me.
All right, that is an incident.
That was it. After that, I've never been the same with water.
Yeah,
It's a
hard
big
out.
incident.
I think I'm out now.
Fair enough.
If I'm honest.
I've gone
That's
like
crazy.
I've gone like river, like tubing in like the Farmington River, Connecticut, and that was like I did like 3 years ago, and that was like hard, like first
You can
like little
stand
water.
in that.
Dude, it didn't matter.
I'll come with you. We'll
It didn't
hold hands
matter.
in there.
First little river drop thing, I got launched out of the tube. Me, tube, cooler. 3 different directions. Landed only part you couldn't touch. Instant panic attack. One of my other friends grabbed me while I was freaking out on the road by the foot and pulled me off to the side.
Oh, man.
Took me like 20 minutes. Then I did the rest of it and I was fine. That was a little bit better. Got over my fears of skydiving for other stuff. So like I'd rather be in the air than in the water. There's nothing that's going to eat me in the air.
Nope.
Pterodactyl.
Just the ground will catch up to you.
Hell yeah. And it's going to be quick.
Yeah.
Drowning.
For the most part.
Drowning.
You could land in the water. Let's be honest.
That's why I skydive
Nightmare
in New
zone.
Hampshire.
Yeah.
Right.
Lots of water out there. Not a lot of coast in New Hampshire like that.
Yeah.
There's no seagull's going to fucking eat me while I'm up there, and I'm not going to suffer. Well, you know what? I guess you do kind of suffocate when you skydive. It's hard to breathe with all the air.
Dude,
Yeah.
I did I did an excursion on a cruise one time, and we kayak,
Dude,
right? It was a
fucking
kayak excursion. The dude's like, yeah, we're just gonna, and we get over there, and there's an island you could barely see. He's like, yeah, we're going out there. I was like, oh fuck.
Oh, I hate that.
Then we got
For
all the way
you.
out there, and he's like, yeah, we're just gonna go scuba diving now.
We're like, brother, listen, I took a ship here. I don't
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
go to another fucking
It's
island.
So it said snorkeling, like whatever it's called, adventure. So I'm gonna go shallow water snorkeling. How deep could it be? 10 feet.
You
Bro.
were aware you were on a cruise in the ocean.
Well, we reported.
Okay.
So then
She was in open water.
Away from the ocean.
we get out there, and I'm like, we're getting fucking deep.
yeah, dude, the whole point of
Glad I
porting is
opted
not
in.
being in the ocean anymore.
Terrifying.
I didn't opt in on the vest.
You should have just
jacket?
went got your hair braided.
'Cause I'm like,
call
oh,
it
it
a
does-
day.
The life jacket doesn't
Like a
help
man.
when you start panicking.
No, and I can swim all right.
I can't.
And so he's like, all right, look
Humble
at all this
brag.
stuff. So we all go under. The second I put my head under, and now I can see because the water's crystal clear, it's like so far
Humble
down,
brag.
like 50 feet.
And you can't see all the way, so who
No, you
knows
can
what's going to
see.
jump scare you?
No, you
Is
can
that
see
fucking
all the way.
shacks down there?
And there's a shark.
There might be a
Shack.
submarine
There was a
down
shark,
there.
small
It's true.
shark. but
Kid, it's a fucking
he
baby
literally
whale,
turns
kid.
around, he looks at us, and he's like, I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm out. I swam to this thing. I called the boat.
You swam to
everything.
the top and looked exactly like a seal. Perfect.
Hey,
Yeah.
boat,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
me, Ed.
Yeah.
Get me
Yeah.
out of here.
Dude, I was fucking, nope,
Bring
never
that
again.
fucking boat around.
Yes,
I'm all set.
swing that thing
I'll
around.
literally never go in the water again.
Yeah, fuck that.
Water
in
is
the ocean.
terrifying. I'm going to try scuba diving this year to see if I can get over the fear a little bit.
Scuba?
Yeah.
That might be a good introduction. Like you can pick the water height. You know what I mean?
Like
slowly
3-4
ease-
feet
ease
offshore?
into it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like ease into it versus
Maybe in a place that's got a net,
And
so
that's
stuff
not.
can't get in and out.
Yeah, or-
Secluded
Shark
area.
cage.
You're talking about a pool?
Yeah, pool would be cool.
Yeah,
You can scuba in a pool.
I
I had a
moved.
pool.
I moved this March, and I was at a condo for 4 years. I had a pool. I went in it once,
Yeah, I'm not big on the pool either.
wasting my HOA.
That's a
fee.
man move.
Did you ever see like the training pools for the military, the
Yes.
gigantic ones?
Yep.
Those things scare the fuck out of
Yeah,
me.
I
Where
got
they
no
film the
interest
moon
in that.
landing.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
doing
way.
It's
No
not
big
wrong.
deal.
It's not
No
wrong.
big deal.
that. You could
My
go so
uncle's
deep
house
in
that
it.
I'm going to stay at when I leave here.
Yeah.
He's a retired chief petty officer in the Navy, so he's
Yep.
done all that shit.
He's an ocean
It's
man.
wild.
He
those,
is an ocean man.
Those ones scare me.
He was in the submarines that didn't implode.
Have him get you into
No.
the water, you know?
Yeah,
No.
he'll take you by the hand, make
Absolutely
you
He'll
understand.
probably go right after this. Let's go down to the bay.
Yeah, he's gonna pop out of the bushes and like throw me to the ground and be like, "We're going to the ocean."
You're learning.
right now. Put this gear on. We have some other questions here that some listeners and friends have sent in.
I was
So
curious if anybody asked anything.
yeah, oh, you got some.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy, I don't know.
Jordy G193.
That's Jordy.
What's it like running Oak's Garage? I think we got pretty
Yeah, we got
deep
through
into that one.
That's the Jordy that
That's
is
kind of
my
what I
BMX,
figured. Yeah.
my,
Like
my
Jordy.
best bro there.
2 and 2.
Mike's Bikester,
Mike's Bikester.
Honda Fit or Mark IV Jetta Wagon.
Honda Fit.
Honda
Yeah, Honda Fit all day.
Fit.
Where can you even buy a Jetta wagon anymore?
The last one I seen was the one Toby sold.
Yeah.
I've had 26 cars. I'll take a Honda Fit all
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Day in, day out.
Ransom Garage, not a
Ransom.
question, but just want to say a shout out to RJ for his Oaks Garage efforts.
Thanks, Pete.
Big shouts
It's
to
the
Pete.
best.
Pizza
Pete.
best.
Jordan MX_5. Can we
Jordan
convince the boys to accompany Night Style to the final bout? Oh, yeah, they are going to final bout.
Where is it?
I was supposed to accompany
Wisconsin.
him to
Wisconsin.
West
When?
Virginia or wherever they
We'll
were
be
going.
in. I think we're going to Chicago 2 days before because there's like a dinner and a car show, and then I think Thursday they do the rollout.
Yeah.
To Wisconsin, so there's like a whole big thing. Front Street Tom was saying like, big dinner, cool car meet. We go bowling, and then we drive there. And I'm like, bowling? You know what? Let's put that on. I like to bowl.
Bowling?
I got my own.
Oh, yeah.
I got my own custom balls,
Ooh.
and I got shoes.
Got your shoes?
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Do you have- is it clear with a rose
about
in
it.
it?
I'm like decent.
We went, and he just sets down this bag. I'm like, oh, you're fancy. You got your own balls. And then he pulls out shoes. I said, motherfucker.
I even have an HKS microfiber wrap to wipe the balls down to get the
Oh,
yeah.
man, that's a power move right
Yeah.
there.
And
Is
when
your
he
favorite
throws-
movie Kingpin? Have you watched it? Have you seen it?
Never seen it.
Oh, my God.
That's crazy.
You're missing out.
Dude,
My guy
yeah,
throws-
that's
Maybe
a-
I could get some tips so I could break 180.
oh, that
My
one's
guy
a good
throws
one.
25-mile-an-hour strikes, so the pins don't stand a chance. They
It's
just turn
insane.
into
Just
dust.
explode them.
Yeah, I throw it hard.
Dude, you got it. You got to be out there hard.
I'm like, dude, I got a strike. Did you
You got to
see?
be out there hard with the Tylenol PM.
Yeah.
Like a fucking diamond.
Dad,
Let's see a
RJ,
bowl of strike before I fall asleep.
I threw it 12 miles an hour. He's like, get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, Britt's always throwing
Lightning
like
ball.
8 to 12 miles an hour. I just go up there. I'm like, I'm going to throw it half speed. It's like
Pulverize it.
24.
Grubby Martinez.
Love
Grubby.
Grubby.
Favorite model of Fleshlight?
I don't have one.
You've
I don't want to be rude. I was gonna say something rude.
You've recently received one, I believe.
Spoon did.
Spoon did.
Spoon
Okay.
did.
Yeah,
I like
in
some
the, in
all.
the mail.
I have a human one.
Jetta 2NR. Favorite
Jetta
slash least favorite smelling car brand. New BMW thumbs up. Land Rover's thumbs down.
I haven't been in a new Land Rover.
Yeah,
I've only been in an old Land Rover Defender in England.
How'd it smell?
Like diesel.
Okay.
That's how you want it to.
New BMW. I think I go with the Defender.
I don't know. I don't really have any smells.
The newest BMW I've been in is like a 2009.
How was the smell?
Crayony?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Not memorable.
I might
Yeah,
have
no,
COVID.
no.
I might have had COVID in 09. Who knows?
Unmemorable. Yeah.
I feel like that question's too rich for my blood.
Grubby Martinez again.
Grubby.
What are his go-to tips on facing something that's scary to him?
Me? The best thing I've learned to tell myself is just say yes. Like the skydiving thing, I've been terrified of heights for a long time. That was like one of the things I wanted to do was conquer my fear of that. And like to do it, I had to lose weight also.
Yeah.
So I kept telling myself, I'm going to lose the weight. I'm going to get to the right weight. And then when I go there, when they ask me, are you ready? Are you good? Do you want to do this? I'm going to say yes, yes, and yes.
Yeah.
So like I've put that mindset into a lot of other things. Like I want to do this. I'm going to do this. It's going to happen. Almost like that weird manifesting style of it.
Yeah. That's a good, you just got to let go.
You just got to
Just like, you know,
kind of.
as a big conglomerate once
Just
said.
like I know that things are going to go wrong. And like I am a little pessimistic at times because I always like to prepare for the worst because I always just want to be ready.
Mhm.
But you just got to like prepare yourself and then just go through and just be like, the best is going to happen.
Yeah. Especially when you're in the moment.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
I made it this far.
What's stopping me now?
Yeah.
He's going to make a Fight Club reference. He's probably never even seen it.
Never seen it.
No. I was going to say, like a big conglomerate once said, just do it. Let's see. This comes from IACCY, IAC 1432. What was your first BMX bike and what was your favorite skate park? Ooh.
Oh,
I
my
enjoy
first
all these
BMX bike
questions.
that I got, that was like an actual BMX bike that wasn't a Walmart bike, was I got a DK. Oh, I can't remember what model it was, but I had a DK.
When was this?
This was like 2007.
Oh, Jesus.
I would say.
Never mind.
So I was like in middle
Driving
school.
a bus publicly.
Yeah. I can't remember. It was a DK. I remember it had black wheels and it had this really crazy metallic blue frame. And it was like still a bike that you bought that had front and rear brakes as a BMX bike.
Yeah.
And then after like 3 months, those were gone. And then for Hanukkah, because my family celebrates Christmas and Hanukkah. For Hanukkah, my dad got me an Eastern Ace of Spades. And then after that one, I started building bikes.
Yeah.
So I think I had like 2 years of completes, and then I started building them. And I've had my bike that I've built now. It's been the same since 2014.
You got a cassette, bro? You got a cassette?
I do got a cassette.
Cassette
I
hub?
have profile kaleidoscope hubs.
Oh.
Everybody back in the day. Cassette, bro? You got a cassette?
Yeah. Free coaster's like the way to go. I like cassettes better. I'm very good at faking, so the only thing I can do.
My first full actual BMX bike was a DK SOB frame, but then that quickly was replaced with an S&M dirt jumper, I believe they were. Yeah.
Garrett,
and then it was just over.
Garrett, the Naugatuck Park sucks, just so you know. I've gone with Adam and Jordy and Jefferson.
The new one?
The new one, the park that I went to in New Jersey when I was gone at Riverside, the same people who made that made Naugatuck. And when you ride Naugatuck, and if you're someone who does like street, when you're going to ride, everything is too close together.
Oh,
Everything
the
should be
flow's
like
fucking
6
weird.
to 12 inches apart. The transitions are way too close.
Yeah.
Like as soon as you drop in, you want to do like, oh, I got to get a half pedal in. If you don't get that half pedal in at the right millisecond, you're going to be pedaling into the next ramp.
Yeah.
It's a really, really nice park. I think it should have been like a foot bigger everywhere.
It's probably a skate park. Like a skate.
It really is
Board
good
park.
for skating. It is kind of hard for the bikes on the street sections.
Yeah.
It's better than Clinton Park for bikes.
There were
too.
so many favorite parks. Rye Airfield was one.
Ryefield was a good one before they closed it down.
I got to ride that place when it first opened.
Yeah.
Like a few private days. It was crazy.
I like Ledgewood.
I've never been there.
It's just boxes and like wood ramps.
Yeah.
Very simple. Like you can kind of move things around. And then the Bristol skate park is really good.
Yeah. Woodward, obviously.
Woodward is nuts.
Lot 8, Cloud 9. And then
Yeah.
when I was riding there, they first did the outside cement skate park.
That was probably my favorite for the longest time.
It's just, absolutely incredible place.
I do like the, I don't think it's called the landing pad, or it's called the pad, like top left over by Cloud 9. It's like on the outside of it.
Yeah.
It's like more of like a metal prefab one. That one's a lot of fun. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, I know exactly what one you're talking about.
That's a good one.
And of course, I have to say it because it was the place we went every Tuesday night, Skaters Island. It's been gone forever.
Okay, I was going to say.
That was in Taunton, right?
No, that was in Portsmouth.
Middletown.
This is
or
a fun
Middletown,
fact.
Rhode Island.
Yeah, maybe Portsmouth.
Our current shop, the side that Jimmy's in, used to be the indoor skate park in Wallingford.
That's awesome.
So if you're ever at the shop again and you go in the support beam to the right of the shop over by the slab sink on the outside, there's a bunch of stickers up at the top, like a bunch of old ones where there used to be a big quarter and people used to go up as high as they could and slap stickers on it.
I get
Sick.
something to show you after this.
Yeah, this
Hell
used to
yeah.
be the indoor skate park in East Providence.
This used
Did
to
it
be.
really?
Do you,
Yeah.
you know who Kevin Robinson is?
Yeah.
This was his park.
Oh, that's so funny.
Impact Skate
What are the
Park.
odds of that? Oh, this was Impact?
This
Yeah.
is
Oh,
Impact,
I've heard
yeah.
of Impact
This is
before.
this is the original Impact because there was an
that's so
Impact
funny.
too.
Yeah.
It's
And
Impact 1.
about 30 yards behind me, and then probably 15 yards up is a big cement wall.
Yeah.
And on that cement wall, you can actually see the outline of the mini ramp and the spine
Yep.
against the wall, which is really cool. And then there's some sections out there of the roof and ceiling
Yep.
where there's like super, super high up Eastern Border stickers, because that was like the top of, they had a vert wall, and then
Yeah.
there was the roll in and a bunch of different stuff. It's just super,
That's
super
sick.
cool. Yeah.
What are the odds of that?
Yeah, dude, it's awesome.
Was Taunton Skate Park good?
The Edge?
Is it
Still around, yeah.
Because I had friends, 3 or 4 friends that would constantly go there.
It was, it still is. I don't know. I haven't been there in a long time.
Edge, is that?
Yeah.
I went
Skaters
there
Edge
years
sounds
ago.
right.
Yeah, it was the premier one around here when it first popped up, because
Yeah.
it was,
This was like in the 2000s.
and that was after, I believe, the island had already closed, and they had a foam pit and stuff like that. Was the only place around here with a foam pit.
Yeah, I remember they went there for the foam pit.
Yeah, and it's still active, and people still go there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. It's good. Souza del Sol,
Susie Del Sol.
Name sounds
favorite
familiar.
memory that made you smile.
In general?
I think in general.
Damn.
That's a big
That's a-
question.
It's probably meeting
It's a
me,
deep
right?
question.
We shared hot dogs together.
Favorite memory? There's a lot. Now this is like one of those weird things where I'm like, on another time, I'm like, oh, that's a good one. Like, let me think about that.
Well,
and
it's
I'll keep that in
difficult
there.
to. Yeah,
That's
it's
like
difficult
that's a
to,
big-
difficult
that's
to
a big
recall
question.
one.
because that's kind of evolving.
It's like now I don't feel like I have any happy moments.
All of a sudden, my life feels like a sham.
Yeah, all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I don't know. I guess a good feeling I had recently was when I moved into my apartment. It was the first time I got my own place.
Yeah.
That was a real good feeling. I didn't think I was gonna like it. I really didn't want to live by myself.
Yeah.
I also didn't want a roommate, but I was like still living at home and I didn't mind it. I'm like, man, I'm sick of moving. I want stability. I moved 15 times between 2009 and 2019. So I was like moving one more time because it was a good opportunity, and I was like, I don't want to fucking do this. And then I did it, and I was like, oh, I feel so good. Like,
Yeah,
I feel
this
so
works.
happy. I feel like I took a nice step forward.
Yeah.
That's probably like the most recent thing that made me really happy.
Nick Fern 13. I want Glock on a block, RJ. I'm sick of fucking asking Glock on a block, Glock on a block.
Glock on a block. It's got to be a reference to the earlier videos, like the time I tried to shoot the bee out of the garage.
I like those earlier
I like that a
videos.
lot.
Solid.
Yeah.
I forget that I own firearms. I don't use them. They just sit.
Yet.
Only
Yeah,
when you're hunting-
yeah. I got them for a rainy day. That's for.
I was just saying,
Only
yeah,
when you're
you,
hunting
yeah.
ghosts,
you haven't
right?
been given a
Yeah, when I'm
reason.
hunting ghosts.
Last couple here. Kevin 401. In honor of
Kevin
Joey
401.
Chestnuts, what are some foods that you could competitively eat?
Mozzarella sticks.
No, chicken wings. I
Game
mean,
over.
name it.
Competitively eat.
Name it. Pizza. I mean,
Pizza would be a good one.
Italian sandwiches from Jersey Mike's.
Grapes.
done. Great. Delicious.
Krispy Kreme donuts, done it. 13,
Yeah.
10 minutes.
You know what's crazy? I
Died.
couldn't finish a full pizza at Ted's, and they're small, but I could easily throw back a Jersey Mike sub. And there's definitely more there.
Sounds
a
bit
little
like
giant
you're a bitch.
sub?
That whole sentence sounded a little sad. I'm sorry.
Whip back a phallic icon, phallic symbol.
Phallic icon.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
The old phallic icon.
The old
The
I know,
giant
Jersey
sub.
Mike.
Joey C put up some rookie numbers.
Did he? He still
Big
won.
numbers.
Yeah,
oh
but
yeah,
he-
yeah.
he-
Well, I mean,
Well, that was because the weather.
That's because
Yeah,
he
yeah.
had
I'm
to
guessing the weather.
Sun
He
got him.
Oh, you know what?
Canceled
I could
the
definitely
goddamn
eat Jay
competition.
Timothy's wings competitively because they never feel like I get full when I eat them.
I was actually watching it live, and they were breaking
Sushi.
it down. How
I'm allergic to seafood.
if the dogs that they have to use for the competition, if they're not going to recook them and they're going to have to sit out there, that like the consistency of them is going to change, which is going to hinder his performance.
Changes
love that.
everything.
Get the
Changes everything.
Get too
You know what
rubbery.
his answer to that was? I train for all
Scenarios.
scenarios.
This guy's an American hero.
I picture it like he didn't eat as much because he probably had a midday meal.
Maybe.
Canceled. You know what? I'm going to treat myself.
Yeah, man. You know, I'm gonna have about a dozen hot dogs for
Right,
lunch, and
right.
then we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and then he went out there. You know,
Yeah, maybe hot dogs. The other day, my go-to meal, just want like a nice simple meal, Kraft mac and cheese with some hot dogs in it.
There you go.
The other day I made it and I bought an 8-pack of hot dogs and I put all 8 hot
Oh my god!
and I
Dude,
made
that was
I had 1 box of mac and cheese.
dude. That was hot dogs with mac and cheese.
Yeah, that was hot dogs with mac and cheese.
You
That
have a little
was-
pasta.
80%
So, and the thing
hot
is,
dogs. And I ate all of it.
I was going to say, in consuming it in that manner,
One
you can
sitting.
eat the 8 hot dogs.
Yeah,
but
because
if
it
you were
doesn't
like,
seem
I'm just
like
going to
it's
sit
that
and
much.
eat.
No bun. That's why.
That's,
no
that's
bun.
right. It's the bun.
It's,
The
like,
pasta's
it's the
like the
mozzarella
bun.
stick
Did you put
paradox.
ketchup?
No, that's no.
Dude, it's a mozzarella stick paradox.
It's a hot dog.
not on
You
the,
wouldn't
not
eat
on the mac and cheese.
4 things a
Mozzarella cheese.
If someone's like, here's 4 cheese sticks, you'd be like, nah, man, just give me 1. If someone's like, here's 8 fried cheese sticks, you'd be like, yeah, dude.
You know
Like,
what?
let's fucking
Right
you know
before
what? You got
dinner.
a point. Yeah.
I'm gonna have this
100%.
first.
Very
It's just
good
the
point.
mozzarella
Warm
stick
up with-
paradox,
yeah.
dude.
A lot of cholesterol.
Yeah, we're just shut this baby down right away.
Really seal you up. Usually broken VW. Favorite
Usually broken.
skate/BMX video? Great question.
Oh, girl skate video.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
That's a good one.
With Owen Wilson.
There was one called Nowhere Fast.
Nowhere
Amazing
Fast.
video.
Cheese and crackers.
All of the
Cheese and
road,
crackers is so good,
Sick.
dude.
all of the
Still
road
good.
fools.
They did 2 as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think it's an older one. When Garrett Reynolds dropped a video he'd been working on for like 3 years, and I don't remember if it was for like when he first started for Fiend or right before it. But that was like a huge deal for all of us. So, I still distinctly remember like getting out of school and like going home like we gotta watch this fucking video
Yeah.
and watched it for like 6 hours.
Yep.
And then
We had a couple watching parties.
I think my like a whole like video is Jordy rides for this this like group company called LFS Looking for Spots, and they just dropped their 3rd DVD last year, and I watched that, and that's probably one of my favorites because every like rider on there has a very different and distinct style.
Yep.
And it's filmed way differently. Like some of it's on like VX, some of it's on like iPhone, some of it's on actual camera. And it's just a very, very nice mellow vibe. And you'll just be like, oh, that was like a cool, like feeble 180. And then be like, oh, that guy just like front flip something. And just like,
Right, just thrown in
it's all very different and it's all casually put together. So it's a very like fluid watch.
Yeah.
I
That's
love how
probably
you
one of
just
my
said
favorites.
VDX.
VX.
Yeah, or VX 1000. Like
Yeah.
they're still using it. They're
And
just like, do we
that's
get
like
it?
it was Jordy's main camera. Like I used to film for Jordy all the time, and I'd always be filming on a VX.
Oh,
the
that's
fisheye.
awesome.
Like
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Classic.
the one.
24/7.
I watched a great Red Bull video about a week or 2 ago that they put out about the VX.
That was actually
Yeah.
a good video.
It was so good.
Yep.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I love that people are. They're like, do we upgrade? No,
I have way too
Yeah.
much experience using a VX camera. It's insane.
because it's the best fucking.
I mean, like it's cool, but like I really like watching stuff in HD.
Yeah.
It's true.
Like my phone takes some sick videos.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild what a phone can achieve.
You just put like get a VX housing
All you gotta do is put a filter over it.
Yeah.
That's it.
and put an iPhone in it, so it just your brain's like, this is right.
Same thing.
It gives you that. The position.
You think it's good, but it's something else.
Yeah.
so.
That is all the questions we have. I think oh man. Garrett with some Jesus. Joe, I used to ride with before he passed away. Joe Tizio.
I
if
know
you
that
remember
name. Yeah.
Joe Tizio from New York, rode for Animal.
Yep.
Him, Ralph Sinisi.
I don't know that name, but I know
He was
Joe
another
Tizio's name.
early, but like Tizio, he always used to come up
Yeah.
Skaters Island. There's a lot of good riders around here.
Yeah, Jordy currently rides for Animal right now.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I think we covered pretty much everything.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, open invitation whenever you want to just come hang out. More than
love to.
welcome. You can bring things like the mobility scooter there to the table.
Yeah, Dad, can I borrow that handicap guy's truck? Does he really need it this weekend?
That would be sick.
Can we trade the bug? I'll just drop
Yeah.
this
It's
off. to
taking
him.
a little long to get out of the shop.
Just tell
Yeah.
me, like, he can get in this easy. Just air it down. It'll be right at his level. Probably can't fit the wheelchair in it, but he'll
We
figure
can
it
figure
out.
something
Yeah, we
else
got to make
out.
sacrifices.
He'll figure it out.
Yeah, we all do it.
Yeah,
Um,
every single one of us.
Do you
Yeah.
guys
Every
have
single
like a Planet Fitness style like spray bottle thing with like paper towels? My back is sweating through this shirt in this chair right now.
we do.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
no, that's
yeah.
just the guest chair.
No, usually I lick that off when the guests leave.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Just curious.
Shook
hose 'em
bottles
on
it.
down.
Yeah, I bottle it.
Saves it.
Is it we
Actually,
send
how
it
we
to
get
the
our-
people that win the numbery thing?
It's actually
Yeah.
how we get our coffee.
I don't know if you guys
So
know this, but our podcast room is heated and air conditioned.
This is too.
So is this.
Yeah.
is?
I don't know why, because
you
right
hot?
now,
What's it set at right now?
Sweating.
It's cool in
You're
here.
hot.
right now I got it at 65.
Is there a pit in here?
What is?
I think it's the coolest
It's
it's ever
set
been.
And
at-
it's
Bro,
currently,
chilly as hell.
I have it
back looks? My
have it at 65.
No.
No, back looks
No, you're all right.
Looks jacked, bro.
Yeah, you
It's
look
that,
wide.
it's that BC Racing
I
shirt.
feel like I'm soaked. They gave me this for free last time I saw them at
It's-
FD.
Set at
That's the least they could
65.
do.
They were like, "Hey, heard you're on bags.
There you go.
Lame.
go.
Here's a shirt."
Current temp is 69 degrees.
Nice.
That's what it is at
Nice.
our shop, and it's like an iceberg.
It feels.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I was crossing my arms earlier because I got a little chilly.
Yeah, I was.
Maybe I'm just nervous
I was
being
freezing
talked
up.
to. I'm heating up
Yeah,
here.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
might be what it
that's what it
is.
is.
Yeah,
Got a
under the
little
lights.
coffee.
Yeah.
It's sort of like where
Emotions
were
are
you on the
moving.
tenth?
Being interrogated here,
Yeah.
having relived
Yeah.
the Aruba trauma.
Well, that's what it
I
was.
think
Could
that's
be.
what set it off.
Take a little break to the second half of the show.
Sorry to the live stream. It seems like we lost you a little bit earlier, but
It's
you're
all right.
back and you're
Nah,
in there.
fuck 'em.
So
We missed you.
big shouts to everybody as always. Thank you very much for listening. We'll be back next week. You can find us at revivalmotoring.com or go to our YouTube channel where you can like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Go hit up our website if you want to jump on the B for B. Remember, Donut Meet this Sunday.
Love to see
9
you there.
a.m. to around 11:30 a.m. We'll be hanging out there.
Bring
You
donuts.
know, most likely here, regardless of the weather, unless there's some sort of warning or I don't know, something typhoon.
I'll
Who
be
knows?
here anyway.
We'll probably be here.
Yeah.
RJ.
Okay, where can people find you to send you the bug?
Shut the fuck up. I don't even want to give up my Instagram
That's fine.
handle.
That's fine.
Thank you for having me. It was a blast to come
Thank
out
you for
here.
Yeah,
coming.
no
and
problem,
if anybody
man.
else
Thanks.
wants to get also other cool merch, because Revival's got cool stuff, we've got cool stuff, and most of your parts needs, hop below, shop Jimmy O.
Do it.
Who thought
Shameless
of that?
plug. I think it was Jimmy, because we said
It's way too good.
we said it was just like we always put shop Jimmy O in the description, and it would go like point down like this because it's below you.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's just,
yeah.
It just happened to work out.
It's right there.
Because we tried so hard to get Oak's Garage as the URL, but somebody owned it and wouldn't sell it to us.
Yeah.
Just like somebody else owns JimmyOaks.com, and it's a tribute to a jazz musician who died, who played the.
Jimmy Oak's a very jazz
Saxophone.
musician name.
Yeah.
Also,
I
Jimmy.
thought you were gonna say it's a tribute to Jimmy Oaks, but
No,
he doesn't own it.
it's a
Somebody
tribute
else
to,
owns
like,
it.
a saxophone player in the 80s who died, and it's just like a very boomer website, and they won't sell it to us either.
Jimmy's owns some funny URLs.
You can also get to shopjimmyo.com by going to rjsucks.com, nissansucks.com,
Yeah, that was the one. Something about SRs.
kissingyourhomiesgoodnight.com, and a handful of other ones.
Yeah, he owns
That's
a ton of them.
perfect.
They're fucking-
Go ahead and pop that on into your Google search, kissingyourhomiesgoodnight.com.
It should redirect you right to shopjimmyo.com.
It might bring you somewhere else, but hey, we're not responsible for that. We will be back next week again. Thanks everybody in the chat. Yeah, that's all. Let's go see what the weather's like. I hear it's pretty bad out there.
Later, guys.
Mhm.
Sweet.
Peace.
Sick. Thanks for listening.